Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a good week. Been very busy this week. We are renovating our kitchen at the moment, and so it's really hard to make meals at home. We've had to have a lot of delivery, which sucks because I like making my own stuff. So it's been a little bit of a hassle, and it's expensive, which is annoying. But it has to be done. It is the last room of the house that isn't quite up to par with the rest of the stuff. So yeah, there we go. I'm tired, but the energy levels are going to go through the roof once we start talking about some of the subjects tonight. Tonight, the primary subjects, our big subjects we're going to talk about later on, is going to be Spider-Man, Brand New Day. There is a bunch of weird teasers out. They've been compiled into like one clip by somebody on Twitter. We're going to look at those and talk about that. I think the full trailer comes out tomorrow. See, this is the kind of shit that pisses me off. I moved the Nerdcast to Tuesdays because trailers typically come out on Tuesdays for us. Spider-Man's trailer officially is going to come out tomorrow. So we will react to the full trailer on Thursday. Tonight we're going to look at the little teaser thingies they're doing. I don't really understand it. Again, I've been busy today, so I haven't had a chance to look through all of it. But we've got a little compilation we're going to check out, talk about that. We're going to talk about the Buffy reboot getting shut down. We got a bunch of stuff on that. I was kind of shocked, to be honest. I thought it was a done deal. Apparently not. So we're going to look through and see what's up with that. And what else we got? We got a few other things we'll discuss tonight. A few other things. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to some of our channel members here. Lone Wolf is in the building. Good to see you in the chat. We also have Harrison James here. Good to see you. South Texas Shark is in the building. Glad to have you in the chat. We also have Keyblade Master Jeffrey. Reed Coles Anthony is here. Dalton is in the building. Hero is here. Super Dude is here. What else? I'm scrolling up, looking, make sure I get everybody. Big Jerry, Eric Crash, Chris is here. Fetman, Music Lover, Mercenary is here. Good to see you. Short Car is here. Alicia is here. Good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. Let's see if I can be, if I'm accurate in this. It's just us right now. There's no one in the green room. I'm listening. Is anybody going to pop in? No one's popping in yet. So it's just us at the moment. We'll see who ends up showing up. We have the Dune trailer to watch as well. The Dune trailer did drop today. We're going to watch that. Cody says they worked with a lot of smaller accounts for the Spider-Man uploads, actually. Yeah, I think there's like, last time I looked, there's like 13 of them that people found. Maybe. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you. Good to have you here. I thought since it's just us right now, I could give you guys my full opinions on the One Piece Season 2, the whole season, without spoiling it. Is anybody else watching One Piece Season 2? Are you still waiting on it? Are you still getting through it? Are you not watching it? Is it not something you care about? Let me know in the chat. One Piece Season 2 to me was actually better than Season 1, which isn't typical of the streaming shows. Usually they're as good or slightly less than the first seasons, but One Piece actually got better in the second season. I was kind of shocked. I have to say that the Tony Chopper storyline literally had me and everybody watching it crying. We were all in tears with that episode. Otherwise, I think it was really good. It was so much fun. And I don't have much negative to say about it. I think every episode was really good this season. And I enjoyed all of them. I would say that if you are someone who has not watched the One Piece anime, and you have Netflix, if you want to pick up with the cartoon right after season 2, like you want to jump into One Piece and continue the story while you wait for season 3, episode 93 is where you want to jump in. So go to Netflix. You can skip all the way to 93. And yeah, there's a couple of characters that have not been in live action yet that you might have to sort of, get acquainted to when you pick it up at 93. But once you pick up at 93, it's literally where the end of season 2 leaves you at. So you jump right into it there if you really want to go back into the world of One Piece. Or if you want to just like completely be unspoiled until season 3, you can wait. You can wait. Fetigen. Well, I'll see you tomorrow with the Copecast. I'll be live 3:30 Eastern U.S. time tomorrow. So we'll see you then. But thank you for being a channel supporter. The Master says, I'm partway through. The actors feel more like their characters this season. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. You can go read it as well. I'm not too familiar with where the manga picks up on the Alabaster storyline. I do know where it's at in the anime, though. So, there we go. We did have someone arrive in the green room. They just popped in. We have Joe in the building. What's up, Joe?
Hey.
You got here. I wasn't sure people were going to be in early. I started a little bit early tonight. I have things to do in the morning, so I wanted to get in and get going before it gets too late on my end. We're renovating our kitchen, so I'm very putting together cabinets, which is really annoying. They're IKEA, so it's pretty bad. How was your day been?
Not bad. Shot not one, but two videos for the Adventures channel. But you won't see them for a couple weeks. I'm staggering them because it's going to be very hard to shoot pretty soon.
Yeah. You need to start stockpiling videos.
Exactly. I'm planning to try to do one video a week. That's my goal. Any more than that, and that with what my schedule's about to become, that's going to be tough. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, we got a super chat here from Lone Wolf. $5 super chat. Get the ball rolling. Thank you, Lone Wolf. 5 on either channel, any level. Thank you guys so much for all your support. It means so much. So you won't believe who hopped in Boba's stream today. LOL, I'll send a pic in Discord because I was like, I don't know. Oh, gosh, I'm very nervous now. Very nervous. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I'll share it. It was John Campia.
Oh. I remember he was doing that a couple of years ago. He was finding random movie chat live streams and going in and just dropping super chats.
It's interesting. I thought it was going to be I actually thought it was going to be somebody else, Lone Wolf. I'm glad that it was John Campia. I'm sort of indifferent about John Campia. I'm not like a big fan. I know some people don't like him.
I don't get that. I don't know why people don't like him. I mean, I don't always agree with him, but he's not a bad guy, and he does a good show. Even if you don't like his content or you don't like his opinions, he presents it well. He keeps it squarely on the movies. He keeps personal drama out of things. I don't know.
I will say I like his opinion on the Chud channels. That I do agree with.
Yeah,
I think he's got a good, healthy understanding of how shitty those channels are. Speaking of that, did you see, let me pull this up. I thought this was really funny. Over on the Twitter space, actually, I had an exchange with Nerdrotic.
He actually responded to you.
He actually responded to me, which is kind of interesting because most of his fans would say, he doesn't even know who you are. Well, I think he actually does know who I am.
If you don't mind me responding to Donovan says Campia has had very questionable takes in recent years. I mean, I don't agree with him all the time, but so what? So what? If his takes are honest and that's where he's coming from, I mean, don't we celebrate different opinions? I don't have an issue with the guy. I don't watch the guy's show now because he keeps Robert Meyer Burnett on there. I have issues with Robert Meyer Burnett, but I don't have an issue with Campy at all.
Oh, it looks like he might have deleted. Did he block me? He didn't block me. Oh, it's funny. It looks like he might have deleted his response to me, which doesn't. I've actually got it. I actually have it saved on my phone because I figured he might do that. But let me figure this out here. Hold on. Oh no, maybe this is the wrong one. Let me find another one. Oh yeah, here it is. All right, here's what was posted. This is hilarious. It didn't even really get a lot of traction, which I thought was funny. But I posted this here. I said, he goes, Kurtzman Trek in one picture. And it's just a picture of two women. And I said, their hate for women is pretty funny. Scared dudes that get upset at women in media. Because I mean, what else am I supposed to take from this? Like,
Right.
what are we saying otherwise? That's the only thing.
Right.
And then he thought he would get personal. This is why I think he knows who I am, even though people say he doesn't. He tried to get personal with me, and he goes, he says, I verifiably like women more than you. And
Does he though?
I said,
he
you're
though?
confusing wanting to sleep with women with respecting women. Those aren't the same thing, sis.
But you know, this is the weird thing about these guys. They're homophobic, right? We all know they're homophobic, but they're also anti-women. Like, I remember as a young teenage straight lad, I wanted to see women on television.
Yeah.
So I think he's a little confused. He doesn't like women and he doesn't like gay people. He doesn't know what he likes.
Well, I just think it's funny. By the way, hello, Jake. Welcome. You jumped into the fire with us here for a second.
So, I got a new headset and mic today, so we'll see how this goes.
Oh, is it your first time using it?
Well, Party Nation was earlier, and then now this one.
So did it work okay for Party Nation?
Because
you sound great.
Yep, from what the panel said, it worked good.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really good. So
yeah, I mean, this was I've got this for $30 on Amazon, so
yeah,
hopefully
yeah,
money
it
well
sounds great.
spent.
$30 well spent, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because my other one was coming apart. I used it since 2015, but I definitely got the money's worth out of it.
Yeah. But yes, you should have. What is it? Little broed him instead of sis. I did that because he was being homophobic. That's why I said sis. I wanted to give him the same energy back that he was giving me.
I saw something. It was either today or yesterday where, like, why is it when it comes to being, to use the word homophobic, when you're against another minority, like it's racism, it's sexism, it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But with homophobics or homophobia, I'm like, are you scared of them or something?
Well, it's because
phobia is inside fear. Right. So it's like
it's an irrational fear, meaning that like you have an aversion to it. It's an aversion or a fear. It's not always being afraid. It's just being disgusted by something can also count as a phobia.
I mean, it's not like it's contagious. Like you won't have somebody who you won't have a gay person walk up to you, scratch your leg, and then all of a sudden you go, "Ooh, let's go the other side now." Like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, but I also think that term confuses people a lot because they immediately do what you're thinking and a lot of people are thinking is they're trying to lean into what the portion of the word phobia is, because it is a little confusing about it is confusing to the general public.
Right. Full disclosure, I'm being like semi-ironic right now. I'm
No, I get it. It's just funny because they are afraid of gay people though. That's the thing. They are afraid of gay people. Because their comments about gay people, disparaging comments about gay people, or whatever other group they're talking about, is out of fear. Yeah. Because if you think about it, when it boils down to it, why would they not want gay people to be in movies and TV shows and stuff like that? Why not? They're disgusted by them because they're afraid of them. It all leads back to fear in one way or another.
Yep.
So anyway, but I just thought it was funny. People say that he doesn't know who I am. He found my tweet on my tiny ass Twitter account and decided to respond to it. So there you go. We have some super chats here though. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat says they were talking about Dune 3 trailer when Campia sent the super chat. Boba was doing a trailer frame by frame analysis at the time. We're not going to do that because I can't. My attention span is way too tiny. But we are going to watch the Dune trailer. I haven't seen it at all. Literally, not even a screenshot of it. I bookmarked it and I didn't even start it up. It's just literally sitting in my bookmarks. So we're going to watch that. What were you going to say, Joe?
I was just going to say, the last time Campia did this, the last time Campia started watching other movie talk channels and dropping super chats, he did a whole bunch of them. So don't be surprised if he shows up tonight. If he's on a run right now, because someone said he was on another show.
He showed up in the chat on Council last week.
Yeah, so we could get him here tonight for all we know.
Interesting. Here's one for Jake, $2 super chat for Jake specifically going into my bank account. From Lone Wolf. Jake, thoughts on?
He's adding to my soup funds.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll just send it all to you once you actually do the suit thing. What are your thoughts on this? Maximilian had a meltdown.
On what? Like, what
you not see the super chat? It says thoughts on
DSLL5.
What's for you? I thought you might know what he's talking about. So
I mean, I might, but the I don't 100% get the abbreviation. I don't 100% know what the abbreviation means.
Oh, it's the AI filter. The AI filter. I saw some people doing it. It looks like AI slop faces. It's really bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. I really don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm just going to get upset. But fuck AI.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just a problem on everything, really.
I've said this. AI can be fine as a tool that AI can be a useful tool in something that does not depend on accurate numerical results.
Right.
It can be fine for that. Like, if you want to use it in art, I mean, that's personally not for me, but at that point, it's something like that that's harmless. But using it for things that actually depend on accurate numerical results to function properly, especially when people's livelihood or their funds or their bank accounts or whatever part of someone's life, as soon as that gets into the question, then yeah, there needs to be no AI involved.
Have you seen there's these services where you can create an AI person?
I have.
And then, but no, like it goes even further than that. An AI person, like a personality that you can then sell to people. So like you create an account, you create that AI character, and then people can pay to own that AI character themselves. Or they either pay like a recurring fee to talk to that character based on your prompts, the character you created. I was like, that's pretty creepy. Someone was offering, they said, if you give me all of this person's social media, I will create an AI bot that acts and sounds just like the person that you want to talk to.
Jesus.
So if you have a girl that you're interested in, you can say, here's her Instagram, here's her Facebook, here's her Twitter, here's her Reddit. Take every bit of that information and turn this chat bot into her so I can talk to her.
We probably know people that would utilize those services.
100%. There are also celebrities who are already trying to do that anyway. Like they're trying to make chatbots of themselves so people could talk to them. I can't remember. I think it was someone on Twitch did that like last year. I can't remember who it was, but they created an AI chatbot that was based on their own personality. So
that doesn't shock me in the slightest.
All right, we got a $5 super chat from Cartoon49. Thank you so much, Cartoon. Good to see you. Thoughts on the Oscar 2 nights ago with Sinners winning big and MBJ win Best Actor, Michael B. Jordan. Weapons and K-pop got a win, and One Battle After Another winning Best Picture. I enjoy the winners. I think there was a lot of crash outs on social media. I've seen people still trying to disparage Sinners. Again, I'm not the opinion police. If you don't like it, you don't like it. It's fine. I'm not trying to convince anybody. Otherwise, I thought the movie was good. I had some issues with the third act, but overall, I thought it was a good movie. I love K-pop Demon Hunters. Weapons is freaky. I still haven't seen one battle after another in its entirety. So I don't.
Sinners was my number 4 in favorite movies last year. So I don't have an issue with it winning. I was really happy to see that Frankenstein won a lot of Oscars for the technical aspects. Del Toro walked away with 3. So
Yeah.
I was really happy to see that.
Yeah.
And I was really glad to see that Michael B. Jordan got the Best Actor one because I feel like it was well deserved.
I think we should also, since we're talking about this, we should go ahead and this is one of the tinier topics that I was talking about, and there's plenty to this. Let's do this.
Judging
here.
a topic based on its size, Eric.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
that's what she said. Anyway, so don't let this fool you. It's not a whole ass political thing or whatever. But it is about like the Oscars, and you'll see. This is about the whole Paramount thing, and I think it's becoming a bigger problem based on what we're seeing and what we're digging into. Just give it a shot here. It's definitely worth a listen. Here we go.
Warner Brothers, the studio that made One Battle After Another and Sinners, took home 11 Oscars, and that ties the record for the most wins by a studio in a single night. But here's the weird part. Warner Brothers put itself up for sale because it claimed it was financially struggling and needed help. And that's what we're being told by Warner Brothers and the company that is set to buy it, Paramount. They're suggesting that somehow the only way to keep Warner Brothers in business is by merging into one even bigger media giant. I don't buy it. We can see with our very own eyes that Warner Brothers had an incredibly successful year. I mean, hello, just look at their 11 Academy Awards. But who's to say that that would still be the case if Paramount buys Warner Brothers and we end up with less competition and fewer studios making movies? So what's this Paramount-Warner Brothers merger really about? More power over the movies on the big screen and the TV and the news you watch. It's wrong, and we got to keep fighting back.
Okay, so I want to point out also, Pete Hegseth came out and said he's going to be happy once once Paramount finally owns CNN. He said it at a press conference last week. So, and I want to piggyback kind of on what she was saying about success. You do realize I've already ran the numbers. You guys know I have receipts for this. Out of the 4 quarters last year, 2 of the 4 quarters, Warner Brothers was number 1. Quarter 2 and quarter 3. They were number 1 in those 2 quarters in terms of like box office sales. Disney beat them in overall sales for the year because they had a really strong 4th quarter. But Warner Brothers beat Disney in 2 of the 4 quarters and came in 2nd for the year. Paramount's not even in the top 3. Not even in the top 3.
Shocking. Absolutely nobody.
So it's not even really about any of the stuff they're saying it is. Not to mention, I thought we'd pull this up here because we talked about this as well. I feel very vindicated. You guys remember about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I did the math on this and I said that David Zaslav would end up making almost $1 billion off of everything that's going to happen here. Okay, well, I was right. My math was it was shooting a little bit high because I wasn't sure about all the numbers. But $887 million are tied to this merger. And he gets something no matter which way it goes. If they back out, he gets money. If they go through, he gets money. 34.2 million cash severance if he decides to walk away. 517.2 million in unvested equity awards, which he gets. $335.4 million in tax reimbursements off of this, and $44,195 in continued health coverage benefits, meaning he gets all of that. Almost $1 billion in value from all of this. But keep in mind, the studio is struggling. They can barely keep their doors open, right? I mean, they had one of their biggest years in what, a decade, maybe longer this past year?
Yeah, it's been their first good year in a while, which, said it once, say it again, that's one of the many reasons why I wouldn't have sold yet.
But that's the thing, is that's what makes this whole thing so sketch. Is something doesn't make sense. Extremely profitable, 11 Oscars, a severance package and equity and tax reimbursements of almost $1 billion tied to David Zaslav.
Yeah, the math isn't mathing.
Something is off about this, and we still don't know what's going to happen with the Middle East investors into the deal because of the war that's going on. So there's a lot of moving parts. I thought it was just interesting to mention that since we had a super chat about the Oscars. I'm glad that the awards went to stuff that I think deserves it, obviously. But I'm also sad because we might not see movies like that again if this merger happens.
We were going through this on a different stream I was on where we were going around saying, is there anything that did not get nominated that we would have liked to have seen nominated?
I think Waiting on a Wish from Snow White should have been nominated for Best Original Song. I think that no-brainer, that should have been nominated. One, I'm not going to say that, but it should have been nominated.
In which category would you put it in?
Best Original Song.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think I was happy with most of the people nominated. I don't really have an issue with most of the nominations, to be honest.
I don't necessarily have an issue with the people that were nominated. I would have liked to have seen. I mean, granted, she would have been up against tough competition, but I would have liked to have seen Florence Pugh get a Best Actress nominee for Thunderbolts last year. She would have been up against tough competition. I'm not saying she would have won, but it would have been nice.
Yeah. No, I can see an argument for that for sure. For sure.
I didn't like most of the movies that were nominated. I think it was a good year for movies. Don't get me wrong, but most of the movies that were nominated, I was pretty disappointed in. Like I had the exact opposite issue with Sinners than you did. You said the third act. I hated the first hour. I thought the first hour was dreadfully boring. I thought it got better in the third act.
I think some of the decisions of the characters annoyed me in the third act, and that's what bothered me in the movie.
That was fun.
I mean, overall, I enjoyed the movie. Lone Wolf of the Chill on Super Chat, sending image for context where it's side by side. Oh, this is the AI thing right here with the two characters or whatever. I don't want the one on the right. I immediately see that and I know it's AI. Like I know it is. Like I'd rather have the one on the left. The imperfection in art is what makes art interesting to me.
Yeah.
I don't need art to be perfect. The human aspect of it, the part that makes it feel like it's created by a person, is the fact that it doesn't look so perfect all the time.
Yeah.
I don't need AI to fix that.
You can just tell how the reflections on the face are over-designed.
What are we looking at? Neither one of them looks real. They both look artificial.
No. I mean, like if you look on the left is the one that the game designers actually made. The one on the right is an AI filter, like you would use on TikTok or Snapchat or something like that. They're allowing people to put it on in game at some point, or I don't know the whole details behind it, but it's just an AI filter to make things look different. Like you can add different filters. I don't need this. I don't care about this. I would never use it. So. Yeah, it's a no for me. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see. Alicia here, £2 super chat says, did you see the Chads already dissing Firefly follow-up? We've got a lot of Firefly stuff to talk about. Matter of fact, we might even talk about that next because there's just so much to go through with all of that. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll get the video ready. There's with the announcement and everything. We'll talk about that because I have a lot of thoughts on it.
I'm guessing no bonuses tonight.
Not if it's just 2 or 3 of us, no. But we're gonna figure out what day exactly we're gonna do the bonus stream tonight for sure. I'm gonna schedule that. So, all right. This is the I guess the announcement from it. I don't think there was anything else that I saw here. Thank you for the super chat, Alicia. I do appreciate it. I think this is the only one, right? The one with Nathan talking about it. This is the announcement where he brings it. This is the only thing I've seen, so let's go ahead and get into this.
As of this moment,
Miranda still looks great.
Yes.
I'm sorry, she is aging gracefully.
Yes. So, couple things here. One, apparently Nathan is still in close enough contact with Joss to reach out to him. So that's interesting. I didn't realize that they were still like
the Firefly
chatting.
cast all had very positive experiences with Joss. Like every one of them has said that they didn't experience any of what they've heard about.
I'm just shocked that they would even talk about him publicly, though, to be honest. And based on what happened with Buffy, the what we're going to talk about that as well. Based on what happened with that, it makes me wonder, what does it mean for this? Because this is also a Joss Whedon production, so it's his baby, right? So
makes me glad that he's not involved with this, at least.
Well, he wasn't involved with the Buffy either, and that still completely cracked. So, I mean, I'm just wondering if anything connected to him at all is off the table for these studios.
Well, you know, I'm a huge Joss Whedon fan, and I've been saying for years he's ripe for a comeback. We're not talking about a Bill Cosby. We're not talking about a Harvey Weinstein. We're not talking about a Kevin Spacey. He's basically been accused of being an asshole. And you can come back from that. You can get some self-help, basically learn how to manage people, fix yourself. This isn't something like Bill Cosby where you should never work again. He's never been accused of touching anyone or assaulting anyone. So I do want to see Whedon make a comeback.
I do want to point out, though, he was heavily accused of being toxic with the young girls on Buffy.
I never heard that. I know they said that Michelle Trachtenberg wasn't allowed in the same room with him, but they never said why.
But I mean, isn't that a red flag?
Maybe, but
like if you said I'm not going to let my young daughter in the same room with this guy, that seems like a red flag to me.
See, I don't know. I mean, we haven't heard of him doing anything. He
actually cheated on his wife too.
Well, that's true, but I mean, I don't know that's. I mean, that's not. I wouldn't cheat on my wife, but
no, I'm saying, but like it makes it like any accusation someone has, you have to look at all of the different things that they did to sort of figure out if they were capable of doing it. If he's capable of cheating on his wife, then he's also capable of being toxic to women. I mean, that's just, to me, that seems like a logical process. You know what I mean?
We're also not going to hear about everything that goes on behind the scenes.
No. And just like with the whole thing with Ray Fisher, I'm not ready to like shut somebody down and say like they can't make a living or whatever. I mean, I feel like people can make the decision for themselves. But I do think that he's been accused of enough that in the world of Hollywood, he's kind of like persona non grata, right? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's just like... like the Max Landis thing, the G.I. Joe thing, that fell through completely because of just accusations against him.
Right.
The studio decided not to move forward with that.
I think the accusations against Max Landis are very different than the accusations against Whedon. Like, Max Landis was literally accused of assaulting women. We've never heard that about Joss Whedon. We've heard he's been verbally abusive. He fired Charisma Carpenter for getting pregnant. I mean, I keep saying it, unless if somebody has something on him and hasn't spoken up yet, we've never heard that he's been more than an asshole.
I think we have to just put this on the table, though. Are we, and I'm not judging anybody on this, I'm throwing the question out here. We have to decide for us personally whether or not we'd support someone that is even accused of doing some of these things. You know what I mean? Like firing a pregnant person, being toxic with young girls, cheating on their wife, other accusations of being an asshole. Like, is this someone where you could say, yeah, I feel comfortable supporting this person's work? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying me personally or you personally. I'm talking about the public. Like, is the general public going to be okay with that? Because the last thing you need with the relaunch of something like Firefly is all of a sudden women coming forward with like actual proof of him doing things. That would be worst case scenario because you spent all the money on it. And now you also have to deal with the ramifications of him actually doing something to women from a studio standpoint. If he messed with women and they haven't come forward and they call him out after he's done the project, I'm all for that. Fucking do it. If he was a piece of shit, call him out and bring your receipts, right? Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, is the studio willing to take a shot on that with any project that has his name even slightly attached to it? Because they passed on Buffy, which we'll talk about in a bit, and it makes me wonder if some of that was because of the fact that Joss Whedon's name is part of that the legacy of that show.
We actually know that that's not the issue. The reason Buffy got passed on has come out, and I sent my email today. I'll tell you that.
No, we're going to read all of that, but I don't necessarily believe that's 100% the reason why. I think there's probably other. I'm going to say my speculation is there were other factors that they're not going to be public about, and that's fine. But we'll read through all of that later. But getting back to this, outside of the Joss Whedon stuff, it hasn't been picked up yet. It's obviously just a pitch for the studio. Script is done. Mark Guggenheim, which I know some people don't like Mark. Jake, Joe, any thoughts on Mark Guggenheim as a showrunner?
He worked on Arrow, right? He was a showrunner on Arrow.
Flash, Arrow.
I mean, Arrow was
Arrow
great
and Legends. He wasn't a Flash showrunner.
Arrow was great for a couple of
that's
years. Right. I mean, it fell off hard in the later seasons, but I mean, first couple seasons were strong.
Well, Arrow was able to rebound from its fall, unlike Flash.
It's animated. Let's take a look at the animation studio because I wasn't too familiar with them when he mentioned it. Shadow Machine. Shadow Machine is an American animation and production company specialized, blah, blah, blah. So they've worked on Robot Chicken, Moral Oral, Mary Shelley's Frankenhole, The Shivering Truth, Titan Maximus, BoJack Horseman. Here's some of the other stuff they've done. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. The Bob the Builder. That's not even out yet. Let's see here. Final Space, Dallas and Robo. Clone High. I mean, they've got a lot of stuff under their belt here. Do you think people would be willing to continue supporting Firefly as an animated show instead of a live action show? Is that something people would do?
I've already heard fans come out and say they're disappointed because it's animated. They're disappointed they wanted live action. And quite frankly, I think that's childish because this is a show that went off the air over 20 years ago. And for the past 20 years, you've gotten nothing. Nothing at all. So now it's like you could possibly get something and you're going to be like, no, I'm going to hold out for live action. Get the hell out of here. You now have something that you didn't have for 20 years and it's not good enough. I mean, that's the kind of thing that just makes me want to tear what's left of my hair out.
What about you, Jake? Would you support an animated version of Firefly or no? Is it not really something you
I wouldn't not support it just because it was animated.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I watched the series. I was never the biggest fan of it. I'm like, okay, this is fine. That's my whole thing on the series. It's fine.
Okay.
Would have maybe been received a little better had they released it in the right order, but different story. But I don't know. I'm not really one way or the other about it.
Okay. All right, chat, thumbs up if you'd support Firefly as animated, I guess a continuation, not a reboot, a continuation of the story as an animated series. Thumbs down if you don't care about watching Firefly in animation. I'm very curious to what people would say about that. All right, so let me find the tweet on this because I don't have an article anymore. He deleted it. Go ahead. Yeah.
I know that you want to bring that up as a separate story, but I do think there is a very strong connection between this and Buffy. I do worry that they say that there's no home because the natural home is Disney Plus or Hulu or Hulu One. I don't know. That's where this should go. It's a Disney property. But the fact that Hulu passed on Buffy worries me that this is dead in the water.
Okay. That's fair enough. And we can continue the conversation as well when we get to the Buffy stuff. I don't mind bridging that. I do want to put a segue or a story in the middle of that about lanterns because I want to get it out of here before we get into the second hour. But then we'll do that. Because I also want to watch the Dune trailer and we have to talk about the Spider-Man stuff. But we do have a super chat here. Wait, hold on. Where's it at? Cameron here with a $2 super chat says the Oscars cut off K-pop Demon Hunter's mid-speech. Okay. I don't know if this is significant or not because I know that award shows are very notorious for cutting people off.
Yep.
Was this?
But hey, you know what?
Yeah.
At least the wrong Oscar didn't get announced this time, like what happened in 2017.
Yeah, that's true.
That was so embarrassing. And I'm sorry, that annoyed me for a while because they kept blaming Warren Beatty for that. He didn't do anything wrong. It's fucking Faye Dunaway's fault.
All right. Let's see here. Lone Wolf, the $5 super chat. Have you seen the Daredevil's Born Again Season 2 reactions yet? If not, I can find it and send it over. Saw Bobo going over them today. If you already got them, cool. You can send them over. If we have time to talk about them, we will. I'll definitely do that. By the way, we already hit the goal in the Reloaded chat. Thank you guys so much for that. And we're still 2 out of 5 over in the Debunks chat. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. All right, so if you did not see, let's see, do I have both of these here? I did a video about it today, but I wanted to talk about it. Let's see. The Green Lantern drama, and there's a follow-up to it already, which I'm glad because I recorded that video yesterday, and apparently there's been more to the story today, which is good.
Yep.
So let's watch what it was. I want to be comprehensive here. Make sure I include everything.
Oh, goal reached already, it seems.
Yeah, in the Reloaded chat.
Did you already
all right.
poll options?
I have not, but feel free to drop some stuff in the chat if you want.
All right.
All right, so this was the clip we're going to talk about here. This was Damon Lindelof on the Love It or Leave It podcast, where he was talking about lanterns. And he says something here that at the time was not confirmed to be a joke. I clearly thought it was a joke. I thought that he was being sarcastic and funny. Yeah. Some people took it seriously, but let's listen to the clip in its entirety here, the whole comment, and then we're going to look at what Grant Morrison had to say.
So, you just announced a Green Lantern show. It's called Lanterns because we all agreed that the green was stupid. So,
right.
So now it's just lanterns.
So, Green Lantern, the lantern. So you can make anything you can imagine.
That if you have this magical ring,
Right.
Yes.
And the fights are still close.
Yeah.
I mean, it clearly to me seems like they're having like a little bit of fun there. It doesn't seem super serious to me. Did anybody else in chat tell me if you feel this way? Do you think this was serious? Do you got anybody on the panel think this was a serious comment? I felt like it was humorous as soon as I saw the clip.
Absolutely not. This was fully made in jest.
Absolutely.
So no one was fooled by that. Well, we have here Grant Morrison responding to this. Grant Morrison says, and there's a long Substack post. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I read it earlier today. It's a lot. This is the gist of what he's saying here. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? The only people who give a fuck about the Lanterns TV show are Green Lantern fans. Why alienate them at the start? That feels more like stupid. And I thought, did Grant think that he was being serious as well? I don't know. For some reason, I thought there were people out there who understood this kind of stuff. And he wrote a whole Substack post about it. So, thoughts on this? I mean, do you think that he's got some sort of like strong objective take on this here, or? I'll say this: when I saw the trailer, I did say it seemed to me like they were a little bit ashamed of the source material based on the trailer, but that I didn't think that they were like trashing the source material. If that makes any sense, I didn't think they were trashing it.
I mean, if you get people working on your shit that are ashamed of the source material, then you get a Bryan Singer X-Men situation all over again.
True.
But,
True.
You know, like, honestly, I don't think this was like anything to be taken as seriously as it has been. That said, I do think Lindelof's response that came out earlier this morning was a good way to address.
We're going to look at that right now. Yeah, let's look at that right now. So, Lantern's co-creator, Damon Lindelof, says, I was sloppy and careless for claiming the show is not called Green Lanterns because green is stupid. Now, I want to point out, when you're making jokes, you have to understand that not everybody's going to get the joke. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that that's the case. I made a dumb joke on a comedy podcast. I'm not going to bob and weave out about context. The joke was dumb. The fandom is not. I owe them an explanation and a genuine reflection of my actual feelings. Green is not stupid. It is my lifelong favorite color, and I have a questionnaire that I filled out in 3rd grade to prove it. Green is fucking awesome. It would be a betrayal to everyone I worked for alongside to say anything other than I was absolutely honored to be a part of the team that manifested this incredible construct that is Lanterns, because it was. I was sloppy and careless with my words. Ironic considering I care so much about Hal, John, and the entire Corps. I can and will do better and be worthy of the oath. Until then, I'll let the show speak for itself, and I can't wait for you to hear what it has to say. I'm kind of sad that he had to make this statement because I felt like it was very obvious that it was a joke. But also, I feel like the people that work for him were probably catching heat because of the joke he made.
But he didn't even make the joke. The other guy did. The other guy said, and you're calling it lanterns because green is stupid, and he laughed and said, yeah. So it was the other guy that made the joke. All he did was kind of like go along with it.
Wow.
But I wouldn't even care if he was the one that made the joke personally.
Right. I wouldn't
it's a big
either.
deal, so.
I bring up Bryan Singer X-Men, and this dude shows up not 60 seconds later.
I know. I saw him pop in. I was like, oh my god.
I was just listening. It was
Yeah, Omega, what do you think of this, honestly?
Was that apology really necessary? Like, we talked about this on Lancer show. It's like this was, it's a joke. Y'all calm down. Good lord,
Stop it. Get some help.
I actually thought, look, to me, I thought it was very obvious it was a joke, but I guess to some people it wasn't.
Weirdos.
So, Extra Hero says, I don't think the only people interested in Lanterns are Green Lantern fans. I would agree with this as well. Yeah. I think there are probably people who are new to it that saw the teaser and they're interested to see what the show's about, or people that might have met Green Lantern in Superman. That might have been their first time meeting Green Lantern was in Superman, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true.
You not happy about that, Jake?
If they became fans of certain characters because of that movie, great.
No hard feelings about that, right? Not at all.
Movie's gonna movie.
Yeah. All right, so let's watch the Dune trailer. We still got about 10 minutes before we get into the second hour and cover the big topics. Has anybody seen this yet? I'm pretty sure Jake has seen it already.
Yeah.
Have you seen it too, Omega? Okay.
Yeah,
Damn, am I the only person who hasn't seen it?
Yeah, you're on culture.
Was this Dune 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
No.
Yeah. Or Dune Messiah.
I'm hearing people say that it's really good. So
That show's my favorite thing we've gotten out of Dune.
why is it keeps telling me the audio has been lost? Let me try again. All right, there we go. All right. Here we go. This might get removed if you're watching on playback. I'm sorry. Get good and show up here live when we got 120 people watching. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Thoughts, everyone?
This movie's gonna be like 4 hours. Go to that sarcophagus. Like when
Where
they
was it
first
at?
showed with that one. It was before this. Yeah,
Look,
right there.
Yeah, right there.
I think I know who those twos are because I've been watching like a lot of analysis and stuff, and I think they're right. The person, whatever's in that sarcophagus, is probably a guild navigator. We haven't seen them yet. They were only really shown in the '84 version of Dune. There are these weird fish people. In the book, they weren't really shown until Dune Messiah, which is this is going to be after.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning in Dune 1, where they had all those people in those weird gold masks, like helmets or whatever, people were speculating that they may have been like guild initiates, like Space and Guild initiates. And this albino dude is probably a face dancer by the name of Saito. Face
What do you
dancers
think
are
about
shape 50 people.
Robert Pattinson's look here.
Yeah, he's supposed to be basically the villain in this. They kind of spoilers for the book. They send him to go assassinate Paul Atreides, try to assassinate Paul Atreides.
Why are you spoiling a book from like 50 years ago?
That's Robert
more than
Pattinson.
50 years ago. It came out like in the 60s.
That's
Damn.
Robert Pattinson.
Huh?
Do you say that's Robert Pattinson?
Isn't it?
Doesn't even look like. I don't know. Maybe it is. Doesn't look.
I'm pretty
like
sure it is, right? Am
Huh.
I going crazy here? I think it's
They-
Robert Pattinson.
They changed his whole look, which they can do that in Hollywood.
Yeah, he's he's gonna be in scenes where where his face just completely changes from one to another because he's a face dancer.
I mean, did you see Colin Farrell in the Batman? They can change somebody's look.
Lone Wolf for the $2 super chat. Insert absolute cinema gift for Dune 3.
Huh.
But yeah, that's a huge nerd for the source material. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Yes.
We're gonna have a really, really good December this year for films. I mean,
It's
just
funny how-
just Doomsday and Dune together.
That's funny how people were saying like, "Oh, this is a white savior movie." Like, no. Paul Atreides sends the known universe into war. He doesn't save shit.
Yeah. South Texas Shark with the $2 super chat. You know what color is stupid? Orange. Yeah.
It's
agree
in
with
Arrakis, a desert planet. And also,
No.
that's
This is in reference to the Green Lantern.
I'm sorry.
Talking about green being stupid. He said, you know what color is
It's a
stupid?
joke. It's a
Orange.
joke. I
Yeah,
get you.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about mauve?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, orange has been pretty stupid for a while now.
What about sand?
It's rough. It gets everywhere.
Of course, it's irritating.
Did anyone play Dune Awakening? I don't.
Yes,
remember that.
I play Dune Awakening every now and then. It's decent. If you
I
play
played it
Conan
once.
Exiles, it's pretty much the same thing, but in
Jaybird says Dune is more of a subversion of the white savior trope.
Yep, because that's the whole thing of Dune. It's like charismatic leaders. Do not follow them. They will lead you to ruin.
Yep.
All right, let's see. We are heading into the second hour of the stream, which means it's time for our big topics. Let's see here. We're gonna start out with let's do Buffy stuff first. We'll get that out of the way first because I know we wanted to sort of chat about that.
I have a bunch of Buffy DVDs I do not plan on watching.
Have you not seen Buffy?
Yeah, I've seen bits and pieces here, a couple episodes. Yeah, it's just I barely remember it. No, it's just my brother was cleaning out a house and there was like a box of just old sci-fi DVDs he just gave to me. I was like, this is incredible. I would never watch any of these.
I have like the
It's
Watcher's
literally a
Guide.
box of this stuff.
I have the Watcher's Guide right over there with like all the characters in it and stuff like that. I love Buffy. Buffy and Angel were two very important shows for me when I was watching TV.
It was a
back
box
then.
of like Buffy, Angel.
Yeah.
I think Supernatural's in there. Like all of the Stargates.
Buffy and DS9 are probably my two favorite TV shows of all time. And Armin Shimmerman was in both, so I guess that by default makes Armin Shimmerman my favorite actor.
Yeah, that's it.
He's good.
All right, so these are the details we got from Deadline. I would have pulled up the whole article, but this tweet summarizes it very well.
Yeah.
Hulu felt the show, quote unquote, played too young, as it focused too much on the new character played by Ryan Kiera Armstrong and was too small. Now, I don't know what the too small part means.
That's phallic. Kidding.
Yeah, I don't really understand what that means. The played too young thing is I think they are worried about the backlash that like Starfleet Academy is getting right now, which is that they're trying to go for a different audience and they want this show to speak to the same audience and not a different one. That's my only assumption with that comment, because I want to put this out there for all the executives. If you're going to revive something that is older and you want it to live beyond a couple of seasons, you cannot cater to old people.
Yeah.
You can't. You have to have something there for viewers that are not fans of the original source material. You just have to. A rewrite to address these issues. So they changed this. This apparently was one of the things they complained about. A rewrite to address these issues took place with more scenes featuring Buffy added and a darker tone. So switching from focusing too much on the new lead character to bringing in Sarah Michelle Gellar to play Buffy in more scenes and making the show less young and more like for an older crowd that's into like a darker, more, I guess, cynical take on this stuff. Despite the rewrites, Hulu still decided to pass on the series. Deadline reports Disney Television Group president Craig Ehrwick, who was allegedly the producer who wasn't a fan of the original show that Sarah Michelle Gellar mentioned in an interview, was the one who decided not to move forward with the show. Thoughts on this?
I'm angry. I'm very angry. I've already written an email to Craig Ehrwick. His email address was released. It's pretty easy to figure out. All Disney email addresses are first name dot last name at Disney.com.
Disney, yeah.
So
company.
I'm sure you're going to get a quick, well thought out response.
So I encourage everyone to write an email to Craig Ehrwick and let him know if you're displeased.
Now, unless there's something else that... Go ahead, Omega.
I was going to say, so wait, I may have missed something here. They canceled this?
No, it wasn't picked up, is the problem.
They shot a pilot. There's a pilot that was shot, filmed, and according to Sarah Michelle Gellar, everyone at Hulu wanted it except Craig Ehrwick, who from day one was disparaging the show and bragging about the fact that he never watched the original and had no interest. That's according to Sarah Michelle Gellar.
But that also means that, and we're going to read her statement and Chloe Zhao's statement in a second from the articles, but that means that he wasn't trying to keep the integrity of the original show because he didn't watch it. So he was watching this as a brand new show, essentially coming into it fresh as a viewer who's never been introduced to the original Buffy movie or TV series. So I don't really understand. Unless something else has come out since then, I don't know. I know there's a lot of people that say the script has been leaked and that they have inside information. I saw Robert Meyer Burnett saying that or whatever. I don't give a fuck about any of that. None of that matters to me. I want to see what the pilot was. I don't care about rumors. I don't care about gossip. I don't care about water cooler talk. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm not going to judge what this was based on nebulous, trust me, bro, math. Like, I'm just not going to do that. We don't know if the script is real, though. People say it is, but they're saying it's real without anybody on the crew saying it's real.
I mean, it wasn't just a script. They shot this. Wait.
The script was shown. Where did the crew release the script? I don't care about Mr. H, a superior. Too many people think that I get angry about this stuff. I don't care about Chud channels releasing things. Did the actual team release the script to the public in some form or fashion? Like Chloe Zhao or Sarah Michelle Gellar or someone like that. Matt Jarvis says the script is a pilot that they shit. Is it confirmed though? Is it confirmed? That's the question I keep asking. I don't know. I mean, like, the point is that a script also does not always reflect what the final project looks like, because script rewrites happen on that stuff happens while you're making stuff. Like, they can go through and change things in the process of filming.
Yep.
So there's that, right? For whatever reason, let's read the responses from Sarah and Chloe on this one. So Sarah said, no one saw this coming, including the head of Searchlight. I got the call as we were stepping onto the stage for the premiere of their own movie, and it's also the weekend of Chloe Zhao going to the Oscars as a Best Director nominee for Hamnet. For them to call us on a Friday of what should have been the Chloe's victory lap for an incredible film, and my world premiere of something that I worked very hard for, that says something. We had an executive on our show who was not only not a fan of the original, but was proud to constantly remind us that he had never seen the entirety of the series and how it wasn't for him. And by the way, things don't have to be for you, Mr. Executive. That's not the way this works. You should be putting out media and content that is for the people who are going to watch it, not yourself. And I would say, anecdotally, as a DJ, if you go into a club and you're playing for yourself, you're going to be playing for yourself. That's the way it's going to work. You cannot do things on that. You can't base your the media and the content that you're putting out there on exactly what you want. That's really bad.
Eric,
It reminds me of Alien Nation. Remember Alien Nation?
Yeah.
That show was a hit for Fox.
I love that show.
But at the time, Fox had a president of Fox who hated sci-fi. The show did not get canceled because it was a ratings failure. It got canceled because one executive at Fox hated the show.
Now,
and
sorry, was he around for when Space Above and Beyond was on Fox?
No, he was gone by then.
Oh, okay, never mind.
He was actually gone a few years later, which is why Alien Nation came back as a series of TV movies. That wouldn't have happened if he'd still been there.
Because I know Space Above and Beyond it had great ratings. It was a great show, but I think it got canceled because it got too expensive. So I was like, wait a minute, was he around during that time and deemed it too expensive? But no, that wasn't the case. Never mind.
Says here, continues. It wasn't for him. That's very hard when you're taking a property as beloved as Buffy, not just to the world, but to me and Chloe. So that tells you the uphill battle that we had been fighting since day one, when your executive is literally proud to tell you that he didn't watch it. All right. Chloe had a statement here. She says, I had an incredible time with Sarah Michelle Gellar, with the cast and crew doing this, and we, first and foremost, see ourselves as the guardians of the original show. Our priority for Sarah and for us has always been to be truthful to the show, to be truthful to our fans. So things happen for a reason. We just keep our hearts open and welcome the mystery and what this might lead us to. So you said that, let's jump back to the Firefly stuff. You were saying this sort of somehow this intersects for you. What did you want to go beyond that and explain sort of?
Well, they're both Disney properties. Right. They're both Disney properties, so the natural home is Disney Plus. And if Disney is passing on this, why are we going to trust them to pick up Firefly?
Right.
I mean, I just don't see them like that. Both of these shows have a rabid fan base. If anything, Buffy has a bigger fan base. Because Firefly, don't get me wrong, Firefly has a rabid fan base, but it's 16 episodes? Buffy was on for 7 seasons. That had more time to cultivate a fan base.
And had a spinoff that went for 5 seasons.
Right. If this is something that you're going to casually brush off, we're going to think that you're going to warmly embrace the animated series based on a show that was canceled after 1 season. I just don't see them doing it. I have no faith in them now. So you think this is a sign that Firefly is already a dead on arrival? Yeah. I don't think we're going to see Firefly because if they won't give us Buffy, which was a multi-season hit that led to a spinoff, why are they going to have faith on a show that got canceled after 1 season? I don't trust them now.
Okay. I always wanted. I never got into Firefly, mainly because by the time I got around to actually start watching it, I heard it was already canceled after 2 seasons, so I didn't want to get invested. I was like, all right, never mind.
Firefly, you can watch the first season and then watch Serenity, and it's a pretty good story. If you watch the whole season and then watch the movie. It's not a complete story with everything, but it is.
I got to respond to Matt Jarbo real quick. Matt Jarbo says, dude, did I forget there's a movie? No, I didn't forget there's a movie. I saw it 5 times in the theater. Love that movie. Own it on 4K disc. It flopped. I mean, it's not like it was a huge, it was a failure of a TV show that led to a major hit motion picture. The show failed. The movie failed. I want more. But... if these guys won't give us Buffy, why do I believe they're going to give us that?
Hold on, let's see. I thought I had something else here about Buffy. Someone sent me something. No, this is all bullshit.
It's bullshit, all of it?
Well, just what they sent me.
I'm kidding.
I'm just kind of scanning through it. It's just more, this is what happened behind the scenes kind of stuff or whatever.
Oh, don't you love all those?
Yeah. this is not worth looking at. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the Spider-Man stuff with Brand New Day.
I even have a poster here signed by most.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's
Oh,
Tom
hold on.
here,
I
and
didn't
we
want to.
are working-
No, don't play. Don't play.
Sorry.
All right. Go ahead. No, what were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say I even have a poster from the movie that's signed by most of the cast, including two new.
You have a
signatures that
video
were
where you
fired.
went out to get signatures for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I got everybody except Summer Glau. She's the only one missing from this movie poster.
Aerostar Summer Glau.
Yeah. All right. This is what Tom posted earlier. Let's go on this
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tom here, and we are working on something incredibly exciting for the release of the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer.
Cool.
Now, it goes without saying that we have had so much love and support since day dot of making these movies, and without that incredible community, there would be no Spider-Man. So to show you our appreciation, we are doing something that has never been done before. Follow along as a brand new day starts across the world, and some of our greatest fans are going to help us release pieces of our new trailer. I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early in New York City. I'm passing it over to the fans. This is all about community. This is all about being together. So let's go.
Okay. Before we take a look at the pieces that people have found, because I think the people have found 14 of them so far. I do have a video that has all of them smushed together. This is more of like the shit that happened with the Doomsday advertisements that it isn't fun for me as a fan, which is having to hunt down promotion for something. I don't think that's fun. I don't think it's exciting. I know they want to be more engaging with the fans. I just don't like it. I don't care if other people do. It's not cool for me.
I wouldn't say anyone had to hunt down the Doomsday teasers. They were all publicly released.
No, they weren't. For a week before we saw them, they were leaked on the internet.
Right, but I'm saying when they were released, they were released. It's not the fault of the public that a few dipshits out there went and released them and quote unquote leaked them.
I don't like the idea of being forced to buy a ticket to a movie 4 times to see teasers. I think that's bad marketing.
Well, I mean, no one's forcing you to do that.
Well, they were, or either you had to see a leaked copy. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't go see that movie, you had to watch a bad rip of it on social media. That's a problem.
Or
That's
just
bad
wait
marketing,
for the thing to be released.
So I'm trying to take what you're saying, Jake, here and process it. But does that ever happen? Do people ever wait for it to actually come out, or did every single one of them get leaked and talked about the very day that they dropped in theaters?
I'm not saying that everyone does that. More people definitely should, but I mean,
every single trailer for Doomsday got leaked.
Right. I'm not saying Marvel was flawless with their marketing, because they weren't. They definitely weren't. But I am also just curious with what the Russos have said too, because they say these aren't. What do they say? Like, these aren't trailers; they're clues, they're pieces.
Well, we're gonna look at what's being put together in chronological order here in a second. There's like 14 pieces. It doesn't make a lot of sense now. We are getting the trailer tomorrow, but this is definitely, well, that's the other thing. Extra Hero is putting the teasers behind paywalls, which is the point that I was making. But also with this one, it's even worse because this one is an Easter egg hunt, and I don't think that's fun personally to do that. Like, just wait and put the trailer out like normal. It's really annoying because now tonight we're going to watch a bunch of clips put together that don't have any sort of rhyme or reason to how they're assembled because of the way they're being released. And it's fun for like an individual person. If you're one of the people that were selected to upload this, it's fun. But for everybody else, I don't know. Does anybody else find it fun? I don't find it fun to have to hunt down clips on the internet with this movie.
Yeah, just show us the damn trailer.
Yeah, I don't know. Some people love this ARG shit. I don't.
Just avoid it and then wait till the stuff comes out. I'm not saying everyone does that, but that's what I'm advising to do.
All right, cool. So we're gonna pick another topic. Let's move on to something else.
Can I real quick ask what does ARG stand for?
Isn't it like alternate reality game or something like that?
Oh. Well, how's that relate to the finding pieces of the trailer?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see what you're talking about. What are you? Which
Omega said it. He said this. People love this ARG.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget the exact. Why does it give me Garfish? Go away. Oh, here we go. ARG game. I forget. Oh, yeah, alternate reality game. Basically, how can I put this?
I guess my question is, how does gaming relate to finding pieces of the trailer?
Basically, it's kind of like they put like different clues out in real life. Like there are certain. I know there were certain games that actually put clues, like they say, like look at this location, and they'll have a clue. Yet, and you basically.
So they're trying to mimic some sort of alternate reality stuff.
Okay, so you're not saying then that this has something to do with a game. You're saying that they're trying to mimic marketing for a game.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's,
gotcha.
It's basically they're putting out different clues and making a game out of it. So like, oh, if you search here, there's a clue here. If you look here, there's a clue. And then put all the clues together, you get to the trailer.
That's
like another drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, basically like an online scavenger. A lot of companies have done this type of thing.
See, that's some Pokemon Go shit. I don't want to do that.
Basically. Yeah, Lost had an ARG. A lot of different.
Oh yeah, they did. Oh lord.
Yeah, a lot of different movies, TV shows had like these ARG things they put out. It's like, oh, here's the teaser for the next trailer, but you got to figure out where to go to look for it. And someone puts it online and say, just go to this link, and they finally show you the thing. So yeah, just wait for someone to actually solve the thing and actually just go to it.
Honestly, I should just say people should not just put the leaks and stuff out there, because these things, especially Spider-Man, it's going to market itself just fine. Like it's going to make money. I have no doubt in that whatsoever. And as far as that stuff coming out there, I mean, would you really want that experience ruined for you to see a bad quality image of something that's 2 seconds when you can just wait a day and see the official thing? I don't know. Maybe I'm just old school.
Like I say, like a lot of people like that type of thing. I sure as heck don't.
Hell no. I got other things to do with my day, and I'll just wait to see when the thing comes out. It's like, yeah, I have a job. I got so much shit I got to do. It's like, just fucking wait. Like,
yeah. My brain doesn't work that way.
No, dude. I wish I had the time to invest into shit like that, but I don't.
No, I was kind of like freaking out earlier. I saw something on Twitter. Somebody was like, "Oh, why is Jason Momoa's in this?" Or like someone was like, "Oh, they're resulting to the same comic book slop." I'm like, motherfuckers.
Wait. Say that last part again.
No, people were talking about how Dune is resorting to comic book slop by bringing characters back to life. I'm like, oh, okay. First of all, this book is 50 something years old. Not to talk about Jason Momoa being in Dune 3 again, even though his character died in the first movie.
Oh,
it's like, no, I was going to tell you right now, he's a Gola. Golas are basically clones, but from corpses.
Okay.
Clones. There's a difference between clone and Gola in the Dune universe. Clone is, a clone that you get from living tissue. Gola is, which basically they take a corpse and take the DNA from that and then make another body. Clones have the memories of the previous person. Golas do not, but they may surface later.
Okay.
It's a whole thing, man. Yeah, Dune universe is nuts.
Yeah, I saw parts of it. I watched the 2 movies, didn't really care for them, and then when it came to the show, I was like, oh, I actually kind of like this.
Dune Prophecy is pretty dang good. Yeah, Dune Prophecy is like 10,000 years before all
this was. Yeah, Prophecy. I don't know why I was thinking fucking Messiah, but the show is pretty good.
Messiah is the next book.
Yeah,
Messiah is the next book after just Dune, Messiah, then Children of Dune.
Yeah, I was thinking of Prophecy earlier when I said Messiah. I don't know how I fucked those up, but
yeah, Dune Prophecy. I can't wait till the next season.
Do we have a date on that?
I don't believe so.
Oh, thank you, Jay Caselli. Yeah, they were commenting on the Spider-Man 3 shirt.
Because I know before, when the second movie came out, I was like hoping we were gonna discuss that when it came out. Because like I said, I'm being a huge nerd for the book, but it's like that never fucking happened.
What year did that come out again?
22.
Damn, it's been that long.
Yeah, god damn. Yeah, I was still at my parents' house.
2022.
Yeah, because Yeah, so that came out. Yeah, that's when I had to move back in with my parents back then. Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Yeah, and you got a lot of people having to do that in today's economy.
Check the private chat if you haven't checked it yet. Check the private chat. So since we were going to spend a whole segment talking about the clips from Spider-Man, and now it seems like nobody wants to do that, is there anybody have like another topic to talk about?
I mean,
we were going to look at the clips to try and talk about them, but you seem to not be interested in it, and like, yeah.
I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum. It's just,
I mean, we're on a show where we speculate about stuff, and I feel like coming out and going, I don't have time to do it, I have a job and stuff, feels a little demeaning towards like just what we're doing in general.
No, I mean, I'm down to speculate about stuff all the live long day. It's just like I
was talking about the whole ARG thing. It's like, yeah, I'm not.
No, I wasn't talking about you because you weren't saying anything. Like, I don't know. It kind of like I was excited to talk about it, and then you kind of swooped in and took the wind out of the sails when you were like basically poo-pooing it, and I'm just like, well, then like, should we even look at the trailer or the teasers or anything like that?
I mean, what's the quality on them for one thing? Like, can you see?
I mean, they're official releases. They were just hidden throughout different social media accounts. And then today you had to hunt them down and put them together. Somebody on Twitter did it. So I found the one thing that put it all together. We were going to watch it and speculate over it. But
I mean, if they're official releases, it's fine. I just don't want to see like an upload of like a bad quality of somebody recording some shit from their phone and you have to like piece together like bits of a trailer out of context. But if it was official released by them, I don't have an issue with that.
Well, that's the thing is these are just little scenes that you can see to see what the movie looks like.
Oh, okay.
And I was saying that, and my discussion was I didn't find it fun trying to hunt them down, but somebody compiled them all together so that we could watch them. But then people seemed like they weren't interested in watching it.
I think you misunderstood. It was like, it was just with the whole ARG thing. I think that's what we said. Like, yeah, I'm not doing this stuff, but it's already out there for us to look at. Yeah, sure.
That I was fine with. I think there might have just been some miscommunication there, but no, I'm fine with going to see them if they're like official things.
Oh wait, we got some super chats here. Let's do these quickly. Sagervorth, the 499 super chat. To everyone who wore green today, you pick a great day to do so, and that's not stupid. I forgot. Actually, let me tell you how stupid I was today. I actually went out to a St. Paddy's Day dinner with some family members and literally didn't wear green. Everyone else had green.
Oh,
I'm sitting there in gray and black, and I'm like, I feel completely out of like.
Yes, most wardrobes gray, black, or blue.
It's not St. Patrick's Day anymore for me.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's not for me now. We're 8 minutes beyond. Hold on. You sent something. Oh, the Daredevil. Okay, wait. This is from here. Lone Wolf with $2 super chat said sent the Daredevil season 2 from Pagey's favorite Joe Blow site. Okay, I'll check on that. Thank you so much. Sorry, what were you saying, Jake?
I was gonna say, as of today, March 18th now, it is, and I can't even believe I'm saying this. I had to like look and make sure we got the date right, but it has now been 5 years since Zack Snyder's Justice League was released. Which is pretty damn crazy that it's been that long. 5
years feels like yesterday.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Connor Dorian, Charlie Man X here. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Omega?
No, I was gonna say no, just for the super chat thing.
Yeah. Dune Prophecy premiered in 2024.
Yeah, we were talking about the first Dune movie. Like, where did that come out? I don't remember.
I actually enjoyed Dune Prophecy.
Yeah, I rather like because I don't know. My dad was asking about it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I wasn't crazy on the 2 movies, but I liked the show a lot.
Are we getting a second season of that? I feel like it disappeared.
Yeah, I think that's where it was at. It was like, when's the second season come out? Is there a date on it? No clue. But yeah, they confirmed there's a second season, just no clue when it's coming out.
Yeah, nothing official.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, so
sorry if it seemed like I was completely pissing on the parade there. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just like I was leading into watching this guy that combined them all, and you're like, oh, just wait for it to come out, and I'm like, well, okay.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like a bunch of leaked stuff with like bad quality that wasn't official yet. That's where I was confused.
No. But I was when we were talking about Doomsday. That did bother me that we were getting bad leaks from Doomsday stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean, that bothered
And we
me,
couldn't
yeah.
even talk about them because they were bad leaks, and it would have gotten a strike on the channel, which was really annoying. That was bad.
Yeah, like with those, they should have just had like, if they were gonna do like a 1, 2, and 3 and a 4 release, like week by week, it should not have gotten to the point where they leaked a week beforehand and they just waited to see whenever stuff came out officially.
Right. Wait, where did it go? Oh shit. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So these are the clips here, all of the individual clips put together into like a 30-second. Well, it's not all of them. It's 14 of them. I don't know how many. I'm assuming there's going to be 24 because there's one every hour. But we're going to do what we have right now until. And I don't even know how much of this is going to be in the trailer because I don't think there's any words in this. Anyway, here we go. All right. So here's the shots. Again, I haven't watched this yet because I wanted to wait and kind of see it with everybody. But these are teasers found from other people's accounts that are officially from Marvel and Sony that are either going to be in the trailer or some form of advertising for the movie. So here we go.
I'm just saying, watch the stuff for the trailers, not be in the movie.
Yeah.
Spiders have 3 life cycles.
Oh, there's talking guy.
To threats. And for those spiders who...
See, this is what I'm talking about.
Is that Keith David?
Yeah, sounds like him.
Yeah, it is.
I was gonna say this is what I'm talking about. Is there's talking in it? That makes it really annoying to me. Is I wish there wasn't any words in it.
Did they just show Punisher on the fucking battle van?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Hell yes.
We're gonna go through and watch each little piece slowly.
It amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Nice homage.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna mute that. We'll start down here, and hold on. Can I slow this down? Playback speed. We're gonna go 0.25. There we go.
I'll be right
All
back.
right. Here we go. So this is a look at the suit here, which is very classic Spider-Man, with the exception of the symbol in the chest, which I think this is supposed to be a combination of both Andrew and Toby's suit from the 2 other Spider-Men. There's like a tribute to them. There's a shot of him inside the mask. I've seen people complaining about this because they're like, it looks like it's too far away from his face.
Who cares? It's a shot of his face inside the, like you were expected to be like straight up skin tight.
I mean, I think they did because, and also when we see Tony's face inside the Iron Man mask, that's clearly not his face inside the mask. It's like a wide angle lens showing his whole face. So anyway, let's continue. And we see the explosions in his eyes reflecting. And then we get this shot. Where is this? Just some warehouse, I guess. Here's him. This is the shot we were seeing filmed on the street. I love this suit, by the way. Holy shit, I love it.
Am I the only one who actually liked the Iron Spider suit the best?
No, I like the Iron Spider suit, too.
I hate that suit.
So here's the van, Jake.
Yep, I saw.
He's like, wait, what the hell did I hit?
Who is this? This isn't Punisher, right?
It's probably Scorpion.
Crow?
Oh, you're right. It probably is Scorpion. All right. Explosions. Key to the city. It's going to be so weird without them knowing Peter is Spider-Man. It's going to be so weird.
I think they're going to... something's going to happen to the way they remember him.
Do you think... Okay, so it's magic, right? So it's hard to, like, sort of nail down how magic works in all cases. Do they just not remember all of the stuff they did. I just don't know, like how did it give them a new set of memories? Do they have like different memories? Because if you look at the other Spider-Man movies, all of them and everything that happened with the Avengers, Ned was heavily involved with what Peter was doing. And MJ obviously was dealing with a lot of the stuff when they did Far From Home. She was with them on that. So like, do they just not remember that at all?
Or it's probably like some sort of screen memories, or when they actually try to remember what they did, like things are just fuzzy, and especially Peter Parker's face is probably just a blur to them or something. That's just my speculation, my guess.
Well, no, like Ghost Bumble says they remember doing everything they did with Spider-Man. They just don't remember ever knowing who Peter Parker was. That's a conflict, though, because how would they help Spider-Man if they didn't know Peter Parker?
Yeah.
Do you remember the controversy when this happened in the comics?
Yes.
Do you remember what Marvel told J. Michael Straczynski?
Not specifically. What did they say?
Straczynski got very upset because he was writing it at the time, and Marvel told him, "Here's what you're going to do." And he said, "Well, wait a minute. We have to explain this spell. How does this spell work? What are the parameters of the spell? How does it affect this and this and this?" And Marvel told him, "It's magic. We don't have to explain it."
Yeah.
And that led to him leaving the book.
I don't blame him. I don't like that at all. Because, look, I understand magic and the concept of anything is possible. But even with anything being possible, you still have to have some sort of, like, parameters when you're writing it. Yeah. Like, in practice, if somebody were to walk into my kitchen and change all of my food to pizza, like, that's magic. You just change all my food to pizza. But when you're the person writing the story, you have to understand how far you can go and what's allowed based on the rules of that magic. That's part of the process. So telling the writer that it's magic makes it seem like, well, what are the boundaries then? Is it just we're supposed to assume that anything and everything is changeable now, and that I can do anything I want or do anything you want, or nothing matters, we're erasing the back history for it? I just need to understand, like, these characters specifically who were closely aligned with Peter and Spider-Man, there has to be something there in their mind that makes sense of how they were helping Spider-Man without knowing Peter Parker. There has to be something there. It can't be a blank space, because if it is, they're going to feel like somebody roofied them.
Mm-hmm. You also have the whole Happy Hogan of it all.
Right.
That's another one.
How do all those people know MJ and Ned? How do they know them? How did any of the characters associated with S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Avengers know who these people were? How would they know?
They didn't.
They would know who they are.
But you never saw these guys interact with another Avenger.
No. Like MJ and Ned might not know them, but they know who they are. There's no way S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't know who these two people are.
Well, you never saw them interact, so you could get around that.
How?
I'm just saying, you never saw S.H.I.E.L.D. interact with them or acknowledge them. The only bigger than Spider-Man character you saw interact with those two was Doctor Strange, and even then, that's kind of a wild card.
But Doctor Strange would be acceptable because he would interact with Spider-Man. These two characters wouldn't necessarily have a reason to interact with Spider-Man.
Like, what I'm saying, has like a file on these two or something.
Maybe.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if S.H.I.E.L.D. has a file on them being associated with Peter, this is what I was getting at, Jake. They would be in the book somewhere. Did all those books magically get rewritten too? Like how far does the magic extend?
Yeah, see, there's a written record somewhere. And then with everyone's being memory wiped, it's like, wait a minute.
Maybe it got switched from being associated with Peter to being associated with just Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's identity is a mystery.
Okay. So let's follow this backwards, because I feel like we're not really thinking about this logically. How the fuck did these two characters ever interact with Spider-Man without knowing Peter? Make it make sense. It doesn't. It makes no sense at all.
I imagine. Yeah, probably not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, my issue with this isn't that the magic did what it's supposed to. If they forget that they ever knew that Peter was Spider-Man, cool. That premise I understand. But what about all the other stuff that comes along with that? Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened where it's like, how the fuck does this make any sense at all? I just... Lone Wolf, the reason why I'm focused on it is because I love lore. I love backstory. I love this kind of stuff. And as someone that spent a lot of time reading about it and memorizing all this stuff and being invested in it, to have it wiped away with no explanation on where that boundary starts and ends, it makes it frustrating for me to go into this movie, because what do we know about how much they do or don't know about Spider-Man? And here's the even crazy part. What if they don't remember ever working with Spider-Man?
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
No. And I mean, like, I'm all for just leaning into some stuff, but this spell is problematic.
Yeah, it just left so much. It left too many loopholes. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It just left too many holes. Like, especially even when it comes to like stuff like
did it erase their text
RPG.
messages on their phone?
Mm-hmm.
Does MJ have no text messages on her phone with Peter talking about Spider-Man? They're just missing from the phone. Like, there's just so many things that I'm like, it just, to me, doesn't make a lot of sense.
And something that could really solve that, it would be like, yeah, it just did all that. And if that's the case, then all right, yeah, cool. But it's like we're left with nothing, with so little explanation. It's like, just magic, just hand wave. It's like, well,
do people remember
situation? Yeah.
Do people remember that they once knew who Spider-Man was? Do they have a memory of, I knew who Spider-Man was, but for some reason I no longer have access to that memory?
I think the term overthinking when you're talking about people that love these kinds of stories is a little bit dismissive. I'm sorry. I think it is. Like there are some things you can overthink. I think this is a reasonable question. I think it's a reasonable question to ask, like, where does the magic begin and end? Right? Because someone else brought it up in the comments here about changing personalities. If you think about it, when I was in high school, there are things that I formed as part of my personality that became a foundation of who I am as a person. And a lot of that had to do with the people that I knew and the associations of people in my life. To take that away from people and make them forget about that would fundamentally change who they are as people. Those are your formative years for a reason. They're called formative because it is the foundation of who you are as an individual.
Right.
So we're talking about taking two characters that spent their high school years with Peter, with Spider-Man, and going, all of a sudden, they don't remember any of it. It's just, look, I'm totally, like, we're going to go see the movie. I'm sure they're going to try and make it work out in the movie and make it simple. And I hope they do. I really do. Because I want this movie to knock it out of the park. Oh my God. Lone Wolf says Jean Grey will fix it.
They've had 4 years to come up with a solution. So,
yeah,
Jake, what if Jean Grey comes in and goes, I'm going to reveal something that you forgot. And then just like, all of a sudden, gives everybody their memories back.
I am tired of those. I'm
yeah,
tired of
those
like rumors. I'm tired of the Sadie Sink rumors.
No, this is like a wish spell in D&D where it's like, oh yeah, I wish for this. Well, okay, did you account for this? Did you account for that? And it's just the whole thing just kind of backfires on you. That, in a way, that's kind of how this is. It's like, oh, you did just erase me from people's minds. So it's like, it's like the spell didn't go far enough, and they didn't explain exactly what happened because of this spell. It's like that's why we're having so many issues going on. I was like, well, what happened with this? What happened with that? Like, they didn't do enough.
Maybe we'll get a reverse Superman 2, and Peter will kiss her and her memories will come back.
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? Kevin here with a 199 super chat, also a channel member. Thank you so much. It may be Scorpion, which is what Jake was saying about the character we saw in the room with all the computers and stuff around him. Yep. I wouldn't be surprised. Lone Wolf here with a $2 super chat says, Boba and I joked, what if MJ's new boyfriend is Paul?
Paul Atreides.
Oh,
no,
geez.
Paul, the comic character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Because we have.
But that's actually funny that you bring that up, Paul Atreides. That would be hilarious, honestly.
Hey, tell me, Chalamet, I didn't know you was in this movie.
Cameron here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Cameron. DC is doing an Elseworld story called Superman Father of Tomorrow. Instead of Superman getting sent from Krypton, it was Jor-El who was sent to Earth. Is that the same one that has Kara and baby Kal-El. Is that the same story? I saw something about that. Like they're doing a new take on the backstory of Superman.
That's interesting.
I don't know if it's the same thing or if it's two separate things, but I did see that for sure. 100%.
Wasn't there some comic where Thomas
it's a different
was
Elseworld.
actually
Okay.
in contact with Jor-El? They were actually communicating back and forth or something like that.
Staggervore says if Spider-Man does play a role in Avengers Doomsday, maybe they could explain some of the unanswered questions there. Look, this is what I think. I think that there's going to be no reason to answer any of them because we're going to get that soft reboot in Secret Wars anyway.
Oh.
So
I've told you guys that I've told you guys what my Spider-Man related theory for Doomsday is. I have, haven't I?
yeah, you mentioned it.
Cool.
I don't know if Omega might not have been here though. So
Yeah, I may not have heard it.
That we're only going to get one
Okay.
Spider-Man in Doomsday, and it's not going to be Tom Holland. That's my theory.
Is MJ dating Ned? Is that what we're seeing here? All right,
Maybe.
so this is really interesting.
I just,
Go ahead, Jake, say it.
I would have liked at least one movie without these characters to make the ending of No Way Home feel more impactful.
Is this going to be a kissing scene where they were saying that like he's going to wake up her memories by kissing her?
God.
Is that what we're going to get?
Maybe what we talked about before actually is like the reason why the spell breaks. It's like, well, it was too broad and it just somehow breaks and then they somehow start to remember. I don't know.
But then wouldn't that fuck the entire multiverse?
Yes, which isn't that why we're getting a bunch of incursions and stuff, or about to get a bunch of incursions?
Yes, I think this may. And what if this is the catalyst for it? What if he fucks with that spell and the incursions that they tried to stop just start again?
I'll be honest, I think the whole catalyst for, like incursions and stuff in the first place, I think it all started back when Steve went to go live in the past, and that's why we're going to see him in Doomsday.
So what about Spider-Man being an anchor being or whatever?
They've never said he is.
No, I'm saying what if they do establish that though? The anchor.
That whole concept of anchor beings makes no sense.
But it's magic, Jake. It's all magic. So
That's just magic. We ain't got to explain shit.
So here's the shot from the trailer or the teasers we see. That is like the cover here from
Amazing Fantasy.
15. So obviously there's differences. The webbing under the arms, but the colors, the red and the blue, seem to be pretty similar. It's a little bit lighter in the blue, but a lot of people are saying the color looks muted in this shot compared to the comic. But I think what we saw in the daytime, the colors are quite bright, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really have too much of an issue with that.
It probably just has something to do with the time of day it is.
Yeah, it's very cloudy, as you can see. So we have that. But a little bit of homage here to it, which I think is kind of cool. Let's see what else we got in this teaser here. Swinging with the web shooters. By the way, do you like them the web shooters outside the suit like that?
I'm fine.
I don't like it.
Sure.
Yeah.
See what
Not a
else we
huge
got.
war against it or anything.
Oh, that was the last one, I think. Yeah, that was the last one. So we will probably get a better look on Thursday or tomorrow, actually. We'll talk about it on Thursday. Because they're going to release the whole thing. So that's kind of cool. All right, let me go ahead and make the poll for today. And we're going to use some of the options you guys put in there.
Yeah, I kind of just piggybacked off one and expanded it.
Okay, cool. So, overall thoughts on the promo? Do you guys want to give your opinions on what we saw so far, or?
Seems interesting. Well,
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing more. So yeah, it's got me interested.
I am for sure.
Well, more so than I would usually, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested, and I have no doubt that this is going to make money.
It's Spider-Man. I'm excited.
Do we think Spider-Man still? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Joe.
I was just gonna say, I just wish they didn't do this BS and just showed it to us.
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Do we think it's going to make $1 billion still?
Maybe.
If anything's going to, it's going to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let's see here. Create the poll.
I don't know. Yeah, the last 2 Spider-Man films live action did, but those were kind of anomalies in the time they came out.
Yeah, I'm more excited for Dune though, because again, I'm a huge. That means as much as I love sci-fi, that is one of the pillars of sci-fi. Everybody copies off Dune.
Hey, I mean, you have your favorites.
I mean, I'm talking about just the book itself. Like, it's either Dune, Isaac Asimov, and I'm sure there's a few I'm missing there, but those are like the 2 like main franchises that everyone in sci-fi branches off of. Yeah, I mean, hell, Isaac Asimov's Foundation came out before Dune, and that's very much like Dune bit off so much from that. And then Star Wars bit off of Dune, so it's like there you go.
Are we going to get a Doomsday trailer in Spider-Man?
I wouldn't be surprised if, I mean, maybe in Spider-Man, but I also wouldn't be surprised if whenever they re-release Endgame in September, there's like a secret scene from Doomsday at the end of those screenings.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, they're at like the end of September, they're putting Endgame back into theaters.
Huh. I guess that's a refresher for people, and also for people who missed the first time ago.
All right, if you're in the Reloaded chat, here are your options. Top 3 best game to movie adaptations. Top 3 worst game to movie adaptations. Those are 2 different options. Top 3 worst superhero names. Or top 3 overused comic book characters. And that's in any media, so it could be in comics, in live action.
I have a number of those in mind.
Okay.
Yeah, also, I wanted to be more specific when it came to the movie to game adaptation.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, comic movies.
Okay.
It's too because it's too easy and there's so many, especially nowadays.
Okay. We got a $5 super chat from Lone Wolf. Have you seen the Black Cat Rivals trailer? It's Goon level 9,000. Okay, let me look this up. I'm worried.
Is it safe for you to show on YouTube?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube, so let me look it up. Oh my gosh.
Because I've been known to even, make some Gooner stuff.
When I typed in Black Cat Rivals, the second thing that came up in the autocorrect was Black Cat Rivals edging video.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm not clicking on that one.
That doesn't shock me. Megan's like, I don't know about you, but I might. For research purposes,
We're going to watch this trailer. Why was that the auto thing on Google? That's weird. Okay. All right.
Wait,
we're going to watch this little
Rivals, or is this like a movie?
It's the game, Marvel Rivals.
Oh, Marvel Rivals. Oh,
it's a trailer for the game. Yeah. So let's watch this.
Our city is under siege, and these vigilantes threaten us all.
Oh my God! Look!
As your mayor, I will end this game.
Every shot is from the rear. Oh no, the boobs in the frame here. Oh.
Just what the mayor ordered. Hiring petty thieves while the city's in crisis? Why am I not surprised? How unexpected. You miscalculated.
Don't cross my path!
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I can see. I can see
voice,
why.
same voice as Black Cat from the Insomniac games.
Oh, is it?
Yep, Erica Lindenbeck.
All right.
And I'll just say, I'm gonna quote one of my favorite Sheena movies with that teaser.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a great ass.
The artist understood the assignment.
If anybody gets that joke, congrats.
Yeah.
It's gonna give Tyrone Magnus a boner.
Yeah, have you seen the other? I mean, everyone has a huge ass in that game. The girls have a huge ass. The dudes have a huge ass.
Those animators in 1994
Gooning
knew
for Black
exactly
Cat
what
since
they were
'94.
Those
Whoever
animators
did this
in
watched a lot of anime.
Those animators in '94 knew exactly what they were doing.
Goon Rivals is back at it as usual. That's so funny. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, good. I'm glad people are getting the joke. Good.
Okay. We have one more topic, and then we're going to wrap things up tonight. This is... God, why does it keep losing audio, StreamYard? Get your shit together. What is going on? Every week it's something new. All right, this was submitted by Lone Wolf here. By the way, I think Matt Jarbo said send him a link, but then he disappeared. He didn't say anything after that. So I'll send him the link next time he's in. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'm kind of falling asleep here at my desk.
Okay, all right, Joe. We'll see you later. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Check out Crazy Joe Adventures. Go support his channel.
Yeah. Have a good night.
See you later.
Oh, Matt's still here.
Let's see. Where is he at? Oh, Matt, are you doing your stream? Or no? Because we're going to be live for about another maybe 20 minutes. If you want to join in. All right, so here's some thoughts on, I guess it's just a collection of tweets, maybe. All right.
Yeah, the promo for this is pretty nuts.
Daredevil Born Again. This site, holy shit, Joe Blow. How many ads? We got one down here too. Yep. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is pure unadulterated mayhem with unreal action sequences that really take things to another level. This is the MCU at its finest, and Cox has never been better. Can't wait for what's next. Interesting.
Cox has never been better, huh?
Am I lagging at all for you guys?
There were some of the trailers it was.
I think there might be like a bit of one, like you'll respond to something late after one of us says it.
I'm going to jump out and come back in. Hold on.
Oh, Omega, it's our show now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What are we going to talk about then?
Yeah, okay. How do you want to wreck this? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much was everybody gooning for Black Cat in that teaser?
I'm going to be out 11. No, I'm going to start gooning right now.
Well, I hope Eric wasn't planning on making money off this stream.
No. Let's see. Let me do this. Copy. And I will send a link to Matt Jarbo very quickly because I think you wanted to say some stuff about Buffy, maybe. I think that's what you wanted to talk about. Let's see. There we go. Hopefully that works. All right, let's jump back over here to these reactions. Hopefully my lag is gone now. StreamYard, get your shit together. I swear. Let's see here. Daredevil Born Again Season 2 is a complete 180 from Season 1. Bigger, brighter, and brilliant. Cox was born for this. Cox was born for this.
Born again.
And Yeah, and Karen has become the show's beating heart. Ann Wolf's portrayal is insane. Jessica Jones is back, giving me goosebumps. One of Marvel Television's best seasons ever. I think Matt has jumped in the back. Jumped in the back. That's pause on that one. He's in the green room. Pause on that.
Hey, man, don't threaten me with a good time.
I know, exactly. It was like an invitation. Welcome to the show, Matt. I think it's the first time you've been on the Nerdcast. So
maybe? I don't even know.
Yeah, I think you've been on other streams with me, but this is
okay.
a separate thing. So
I never know who's streaming on what anymore. So
yeah. Black Cat is thicker than 2 Steve Harvey suits. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. This is the Nocturnal Beard Cast. Okay. Well, there. That's the way it works. Jarbo MCU cameo is what Rita's saying here. All right.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I would do that in a heartbeat.
By the way, how are you doing? How's it going?
Coming off of being sick. Kids were sick all last week. It's just been there's something going through this whole town.
Okay.
So and then just
you're
I'm
good
on my
now
day
though,
off.
right?
Yeah. I'm just tired. Work has been interesting. So it's not non-consistent hours, and they go real long.
Okay. Well, let's see. We're looking through some of these like early look. By the way, guys, and Lone Wolf did tip for this. I don't take much of these early like opinions very heavily. Like I typically just kind of go, okay, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a lot of these guys, and I'm not saying they're lying about it, but they get the early access because they typically have a good reputation with the studio. So that's the way it works.
And then you have people like Soups.
Oh, I was gonna say, the whole freaking Dune 3 trailer thing. You had Soups and Blu-ray Angel right there, and it's like, I don't even care anymore. Those guys suck. It's like, well, like not to poo-poo on their parade, because I get it. They've worked hard to get to where they're at. Okay, but they come across as so fake. Like they just come across as like that whole. I don't know. They feel very Hollywood produced to me. And I think that's one thing that people don't really care for as much anymore, as evidenced by
I think people want genuine responses. I think they're over the overly negative and overly positive stuff. I think people are moving outside of that finally. So
this is true. My coworker last night, we're talking. She's like a younger girl, right? And we're talking about Project Hail Mary, and she goes like, a YouTuber I like who talked about this was Critical Drinker. And I looked at her with contempt. She was like, what? And I'm just going like, sit down. We need to have a talk about this.
Oh, you'd be surprised the amount of things people would do for clout.
No, it's with her. This is like, she's she's just a young, like, I don't know, maybe 30-year-old woman or something like that. You're not younger than me. And but she brought him up. Like, I like what he says sometimes. And I'm like, that's where they get you.
I'm talking about the ones who sound studio produced. You'd be surprised.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've been to some of those Hollywood parties. It's like cocaine's a flowing.
Daredevil. This is Christopher here. It says Daredevil Born Again season 2 is more brutal, darker, and vicious. Charlie and Vincent continue to put up their dues. The action is ramped up, and new faces. Matthew Lillard, which I'm actually excited to see him in Daredevil. Let's see what else. That's it. That's the early ones. Look, I have very high hopes for season 2, particularly because it's the first one we've had that hasn't had to like make a pivot. I know season 1 they had to pivot in production to make the show work because of what the strikes were going on, and they were putting it together, and it wasn't really working. And
the original writing that said, "Hey, this sucks. Fix this." So with what you got in season 1, it was half of the old stuff that was still lingering, half of the actual good material.
Yeah. So this is the first one where they're starting out with whatever they actually want to do with the show.
Yeah. So I have a lot more confidence in this season.
Isn't the only thing from the last season that was from that original set of 8 episodes they made was the bank robbery episode? Otherwise,
as far as a full episode, as a full episode, that was the only one that was a leftover from the other stuff. But some of the story beats, like the law firm, some of the side characters he was working with, all of that was left over from the procedural.
Oh, okay. You know what? Now I haven't thought. Yeah, that always felt kind of out of place to me a little bit.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox said he hated that episode.
Oh, the one in the
robber episode.
with Kamala Khan's dad, yeah, he said he did not like that episode.
I liked it. I thought I enjoyed his energy. I liked the idea of him kind of there's because okay. Do you guys ever see a show called Burn Notice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
like Burn Notice is the shit.
I remember.
It is awesome.
I
it
remember
is.
it's good. Yeah, I remember
There's a
it
whole
being-
episode where Michael is in a bank and it gets robbed, and he basically gets that whole idea of like I get to go full ham. There's like nothing stopping me. So he basically uses every bit of his toolkit. And I felt this episode of Daredevil Inside the Bank was very similar to that. So that's one of the reasons why I liked it.
It was fun seeing him break Homeboy's kneecaps. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, that was a good. Yes, that part was good. But from what I understand, the original concept for the show had very little of that in it, and it was more like law firm type shit. Like so,
which feels like very much like a Bob Iger edict. You know, like I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all that company at this point, but we'll see what happens now that tomorrow is Iger's last day.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even bring that up. He is stepping down tomorrow. That's true. I saw that today.
No,
so.
it's gonna be a brand new day.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny if that was?
Come on, that joke was too easy to make.
Well, no, it does connect though. No, it does connect. The trailer actually comes out tomorrow, the full trailer, and that is the day that Bob Iger is stepping away.
That joke was too easy to
Disney.
make.
So, yeah, that was brilliant, Jake. Brilliant joke.
Well, because Michael Eisner, his last words as CEO of Disney was "Go watch Chicken Little." You know, and that just, by the way, completely dates that quote to 2005.
I don't want to look a pile of gonorrhea in the face. No, thank you.
Oh, well, I mean, I like that movie, but I have kids, so I watch a lot of dumb shit.
By the way, Jarbo, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything, but did you have any thoughts or opinions? Well, maybe I am putting you on the spot. Did you have any thoughts or opinions on the whole Firefly situation? Not just but the Buffy stuff too, like all of that.
It all goes back to the same thing. Neither one of those shows continues without Joss Whedon involvement in some way or another. And I'm not even meaning it has to be that. It doesn't have to even be like like an above the line credit. But those are shows that were created by that guy. His voice, his fingerprints, his attitude are all over both of them. That's part of the long-lasting legacy. A showrunner oversees every single screenplay. So I've seen people go like, "Oh, but you got other writers that were like there and they understand those characters." And I'm all like, "No, they understand the plots that they were writing. It's Joss's job." Every showrunner does this, by the way. They rewrite every script for the most part, right? They rewrite everything. It should be their name on the written by credit 99% of the time, but they don't do that because they want the writers in the writer's room to be able to get hired onto other shows or other projects. But a showrunner is the person who does the lion's share of all of that. And so that is why in this case, it's like you cannot have Buffy, Firefly, Dollhouse, whatever the hell else he's made, continue on without him in some capacity.
Yeah, Harrison says Chicken Little has a banger soundtrack, so there we go.
And
I still, by the way, real quick side note, I still to myself will sing "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" with Patrick Stewart's voice because that's in the end of that damn movie in that credit sequence.
Oh my god!
And I still do it over 20 years later. So yes, it's got a banging soundtrack.
What were we gonna say? Somebody was bringing up something about Whedon. Was that you, Jake? You were saying something about Joss Whedon and
yeah. If that stuff not coming out means that Whedon's not involved, then well, that's something I wouldn't be opposed to.
Yeah, I mean, like I feel like what you're saying, Matt, is true. Like the identity of these projects is intrinsically connected to Joss Whedon, and I think it's weird because that's also why they were successful. So it's like if you look back at the Avengers movie, that first Avengers movie. Part of the reason why it worked is because of what he did with the Avengers in that first movie.
Yeah,
I think
I saw people yesterday go like, "Well, those first two movies sucked," and I just looked at them like, "You're a fucking idiot if you think the first Avengers sucks. It is one of the most crowd-pleasing ensemble pieces you will ever see."
Do I think that movie works? Yes. I don't think that's because of Joss Whedon.
No, it's a combination of like what you've really got about that movie is the character interactions. Right. And like look at the scene of them when they're all kind of bickering amongst each other and whatnot. Like that was Whedon's writing, hands down. His direction. You gotta understand that, you know, like there would be no Michael B. Jordan wouldn't have won Best Actor without Ryan Coogler's directing. You know what I'm saying? It's like a good director can make a bad actor good, but a good actor can't make a bad director good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like like there technically is no I in filmmaking, right? It's a team, it's a collaboration, but there are still going to be the driving forces behind it. And back
I would
then,
say, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say back then in the early days of the MCU, yeah, Feige is there, but Feige was relegating a lot of that to Whedon. I mean, there was a big thing, if you recall, with Thor 2, right? Thor: The Dark World. There was this emergency 13th hour problem with the script while they were shooting the movie. They flew Whedon from LA to London for like a day to like workshop the scene to make it work because it was that pivotal to the movie itself. Like that is how much of a Hail Mary guy he was for Marvel in those early days.
Yeah. Phil here saying those movies do suck, especially Age of Ultron. I don't. So the same thing with like Thor: The Dark World and Age of Ultron. I don't hate those movies. I think that there are redeeming factors in those films, but I think some of the choices that were made in those movies and in Age of Ultron were choices that I didn't personally like. But I don't know. Like, for example, Ultron should have continued beyond Age of Ultron. He should have been a character.
Yeah, it should have been Age of Ultron, not Day of Ultron.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%.
But also, that's the thing. As much as I didn't like Age of Ultron, some part of me is curious what the longer intended version of that movie would have been, because there was more that wanted to be done, but they were going to give less time to do it.
Well, that was
there's a lot of things in that movie that I really don't like, and you can really tell that some of the stuff in that movie, like the whole Nat Bruce thing, you can tell that has Whedon all over it, and you can tell it just didn't work.
Well, that's because he was fucking Scarlett Johansson around that time. So, and I'll tell you this: my knowledge of that comes firsthand from a person who is very.
Who was watching it? He was watching it.
It's I'll DM you about that.
All right. But we got here South Texas Shark with a $2 super chat. You know what is also stupid? Sand. Yes, you're right. South Texas Shark. So it's sand. It's rough. It's coarse. Goes everywhere. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat said, my friend said if any character was designed for the gooning, it's definitely Black Cat. I don't disagree with that. I think Black Cat is very any woman character associated with a cat is typically a character that is designed to look extremely sexy.
Yeah, they're going to be the femme fatale.
Where do you think the whole thing of a man looking at an attractive woman and going meow comes from?
True. And then Lone Wolf with the $2 super chat says, I just remembered, and Jake's going to love this one, Invincible starts tomorrow. So
tomorrow.
Yeah. So are you excited, Jake, for the show you're not watching, Invincible?
Can I get in line now to not see it?
I'm excited. I want to see it. What the fuck? I want to see Invincible.
I haven't seen.
Okay, Matt. I see. Yeah, thank you for that. Now I get it.
Yeah, we were throwing back some beers in downtown San Diego back in 2014. So it was an interesting conversation to say the least.
Catwoman is another example. Felicia from Darkstalkers, definitely supposed to be beauty material.
Yeah.
So
God, I remember that one.
Felicia, Morgan.
Yeah, well, Morgan. Yeah, she's not a cat character, but yeah, definitely supposed to be beauty material. So, wait, hold on. Donovan here, one of our favorite viewers, says, I hate this mindset that shows or properties can't continue with original cast without the same exact showrunners or creators behind the camera, yet Born Again is proving you wrong on that very thing. Except for the fact that these projects that Joss Whedon were a part of were his, like he's the one that created them. And typically people would argue that you want the person involved with these new things who created those projects, especially if they're still around, they're still alive, and they're still capable of doing it. I'm not a fan of Joss Whedon as a person at all. However, like I said, I was talking to Joe earlier before he popped out of here. I just don't see how they can make these things without him being brought up in the conversation, discussed on the red carpet. Like, it's just bad optics for anyone involved, even if they want to bring those things back, because it does open the door to bring Joss Whedon back in. And as we said, it's a lot of accusations, but in 2026, we should know by now, perception is reality for a lot of social media. So all you have to do is accuse someone of something, whether it's true or not, and that still puts a red mark on that person.
Well, I would also say, though, about the Daredevil comparison, that's not necessarily accurate because Drew Goddard created the Netflix show, but then Drew Goddard stepped off the Netflix show during its pre-production in order to go write the Sinister Six for Sony. Then it was given to Stephen S. DeKnight, who came off of Spartacus, a very maligned show until the end. I love that show, but the first season is not great. And then he came on, did the one season of that show. Then they had other showrunners for the other 2 seasons. So, and then that still built out Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, The Defenders. What people wanted was a continuation of that storyline. And so with those actors, which is, guess what they got and what they're getting. So there's no definitive creative entity behind the show as much as there is the cohesion of the cast and the story and the universe. You know what I mean? It's kind of like looking at Marvel, the cinematic universe as a whole. If you look at like phase 1, right? Or phase 1, 2, and 3, the Infinity Saga, those are more or less going to be, look at it as being each movie is an episode of a TV series of one season of a show.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you've got it where it's like, it's all producer driven. It's not creative driven. It's not writer driven. It's not director driven. It's producer driven. So the producer, in this case, Feige, oversaw the entire arc. And then we got the finale that he wanted to give us at the end. It's the same kind of thing with that. But you're right, though, about those shows being created by Joss Whedon. It would be like if they went back and did another Dr. Horrible sing-along blog without Joss writing it.
Yeah.
Or his sister-in-law and brother doing the music, who, by the way, went on to go become the showrunners of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that whole thing where nerd culture at that time, when it was in its infancy, before the nerds had taken over the world, Whedon was an icon. He was royalty.
Yeah.
Like they don't call it, like the Feige verse. It's the MCU, but they have the Whedon verse.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
if you go to any comic book convention, they still have those communities that love all of those things he created. They just don't celebrate him anymore.
Sure,
It's like
and that's fine.
More about a celebration of the communities. Yeah.
He's a jerk. Like the guy suffers from a lot of people in Hollywood, like the ego. I mean, look at Timothy Chalamet. He made that one comment. Right, just kind of an offhand dickhead comment, and then they literally mocked him to his face the entirety of the Oscars the other night. And it's just like, and I don't think any person is right in that particular regard. But it's just, that's how the nature of this business operates.
And Harrison said it's not worth the potential PR nightmare that it could cause for them. And that's the point I'm making. I don't care if Joss Whedon stays canceled for the rest of his life. If they bring him back and try to bring him on to something, you don't have to support it, whatever. I don't care about any of that. I'm talking about from the statistics of the idea that he would come in and they would not ask about Joss Whedon at every turn. That's what everybody would do. And that actually brings me to Extra Heroes comment here about the Harry Potter TV show with Joe and the Star Wars Without George. I can't go a day without hearing how George Lucas needs to come back to Star Wars. Like, it's literally one of the things that people say every time they complain about new Star Wars is that George Lucas needs to come back. Or when they complain about Star Trek, that Gene Roddenberry is no longer alive to be in charge of it. Or with Harry Potter, like, yes, Harry Potter could be successful without J.K. Rowling. But the point is that people still connect her to things that she's not actually connected to.
Well,
so
she
my
is an
point being
executive
is that-
producer, and she oversaw the casting.
She is, but even if they separated her from something, people would still ask about her. Like think about this. If anybody took a job doing something Harry Potter related, the first thing people would want to know is if J.K. Rowling is connected or not. And then even if she isn't, whether or not the actors actually agree with anything that she says. Those are always the questions that get asked about anything associated with Harry Potter. And I think anything Firefly related or Buffy related, we would end up hearing the same stuff done on red carpets and in interviews. A Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Screen Rant, all of them would want clickbait about this. That's what they would want, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
So-
they would, well, all those actors are going to have a canned response of he gave us his blessing, but he's not involved. And then, but there's always going to be that question of like, well, how do you think he would like this? How would he like this? Did he see this? Have you shown it to him? Little things like that are going to more or less be the same question asked different ways. And you're right, because it's clickbait.
Also, I want to point out that now they're talking about Rod, his son. Like now they're talking about him and what he thinks about modern Star Trek. So my point is that when somebody creates something and there's still some connection to them alive with us right now, whether it be their spouse or their children or whatever, it's always going to be, what do they think about it? What do they think that their dad would say about it, their wife would say about it, their husband would say about it? There are things that people create that become the babies for those people, not physical children. We're not talking about the Flash movie here, but like babies, like it's their thing, right? And so they get connected to it. I just think from the standpoint of Firefly and Buffy, nobody wants that smoke. Not Disney and not Hulu. They just don't. And it sucks because I do think we could get some good stuff. I'm not saying Buffy would have been good. I don't know. We haven't seen the pilot. I know there's a lot of script stuff going around. I have no idea if it would have ended up being good at the end of the day. I don't know. I don't even know about the Firefly thing. But I just think that from a studio standpoint, they just want to stay away from that stuff. Especially now with everything that's going on politically and culturally. Like nobody wants to be involved in anything. They're like, we're not associated with any of this shit. Can we just make a TV show that has no controversy whatsoever, or a movie that has no controversy?
What's that line from The Incredibles? You're not affiliated with me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like they're trying to get away from that. The last thing Disney needs to do, whether it's Disney or Hulu or their Fox division, is have something connected to someone that has been canceled. Because even Paramount doesn't want that. Look, they don't even want to be associated with that shit. So, like, it's just, it's a bad time.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you there because, Brett Ratner coming back for Rush Hour 4.
I mean, we'll wait and see how that promotional cycle goes. I don't think it's going to be very good for them. But we'll see.
I mean, he was out there because he did direct the Melania documentary.
Yeah. So, but people already hated that for other reasons. It didn't matter who was associated with that.
It was, but I think it's like right now. I hate to say it like this, but I think if anyone was going to get uncanceled, now is the time. Okay,
maybe
just because of where we've seen like all
Max Landis ain't getting uncanceled. That's for sure. So.
I'm telling you this right now. Max Landis and Joss Whedon haven't not been working. You know what I mean? Like, they're absolutely doing uncredited.
You know what, Matt? People have said that they're probably doing what a lot of people in Hollywood do, which is get paid for like ghostwriting stuff or using a pen name or giving credit to someone else. Like, definitely they're making money somehow. So.
I mean, Max Landis, I don't know if he can, like the biggest thing with him is when he said that there are some accusations that are true without saying what those accusations were, only makes it worse. Because at that point, then people are going to immediately go to the very worst thing that's imaginable on that, and it's a fickle thing for social media and Hollywood and stuff. It's, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to it, to be honest with you. Like,
So, by the way, this is the 15-minute close down shop. We're going to stop in about 15. But I want to give a shout out to RL Morales in the chat, who did send over a Cash App for $30. Thank you so much, RL, for supporting the show. I do appreciate that. And also, I do want to talk about Extra Heroes comment here. I disagree during the Trump era, people who are canceled are being given more chances. But it's very, very nichely connected to the Trump and MAGA movement. Like, this isn't people who are all of a sudden getting welcomed back in with open arms to everyone. There's an entire pocket. I don't want to get political here. I don't. Come to the Codecast tomorrow if you want to ask questions about that. But there's an entire segment of culture that we have right now that literally pretends to be MAGA because MAGA people throw money away. Mm-hmm. They do. There are influencers who, matter of fact, you know what? I got some time here. Hold on. I want to look at this tweet here. I actually saved this because I was going to bring it up in one of the other casts here. But there's an entire group of people as influencers who literally troll MAGA for money. And we know this. So I do believe that anybody getting uncanceled at the moment, they're only getting uncanceled within a specific niche group of people. And I don't think that's enough to sustain their uncancelization or uncancelability. I don't really know what word I'm looking for here. Anyway, watch this. It's a very short video. We'll watch this and then we'll wrap things up here. But yeah, this is it right here. So this is a video where somebody's talking about these influencers, and you're going to be shocked here.
I scammed MAGA for 30 bands. I got the money and ran. Charlie Kirk is dead now. So we clap our hands and we do the money dance.
If you ever find yourself asking the question, how did this many Americans buy into the largest con man to ever walk this planet? Just know the MAGA voter base is more likely to buy into scams, more likely to dump their life savings into like AI generated internet girls, or to give their money away to con artists online than any other demographic of people.
Have a good night, Matthew.
And people caught onto this. The creator that I just showed you has been pretending to be a MAGA influencer for the past 2 or 3 years now. His content is not even good. All he does is jump on and say a couple punch lines, puts out a sob story and throws on that MAGA hat, and he's been raking in the dough. $30,000. And this isn't the first person to do this. We also had this young woman who pretended to be Republican, got $150,000 out of the MAGA voter base, and then said deuces, went off and paid her student loans and took the money to do whatever she wants with it.
Okay, so you get the point. There's even more people that have done that. So there is a portion of that community that is willing to let people do things in order to pay them to say the thing or do the thing or whatever. So I don't think that people are getting universally uncanceled or welcome back in. I think there is a path specifically when it comes to political and cultural stuff. And I do believe that's what we're seeing with some of these folks out there, especially with like Max Landis and Brett Ratner, who we'll see. We will see. Look, Rush Hour, I think, is a beloved franchise. So we're going to see if that helps break him out of that niche. But even people that love Melania didn't spend a bunch of money going to see Melania. It didn't make a lot of money in theaters. So Will here says, I think it's the firing of Charisma Carpenter that is damn Whedon. It will always follow him like a bad smell. There's no defense for that. He can't make coin. He can make coin as a script doctor. Well, I think he's doing a lot of things behind the scenes to make money. These people don't disappear and stop getting paid for work. Like, they're still doing stuff. Here it says Jonathan Majors going to Daily Wire. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got another super chat here from Staggervore, $4.99 super chat. I think an animated reboot of Buffy as well as Angel based on the comic book follow-ups could have worked. I would be okay with that, but I'm still going to go out on a limb and say that nobody wants to touch anything associated with Joss Whedon. I just... There would still be comics right now of this if they wanted to. They're just not. And look, maybe one day when Joss Whedon is no longer with us, they might revisit it and go, we're going to do something with this property. But as long as he's around, I don't think that's going to happen. And look, I'm not wishing any bad energy on anybody. I'm just saying that that's.
Well, there was also a Buffy audio drama that came out in the last couple of years. That was a big thing. I know the guy Casey Wayland who directed it. I've known him since like 2010. And that only had like one season and didn't get renewed. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what that's another reason I wanted to bring that up is like, you can imitate, but you can't recreate, it's going to be a thing.
Big Fieldy said he got canceled for being an asshole. I mean, there's a lot of small things that people accused him of doing. I think the Charisma Carpenter thing is pretty gross, being pregnant and getting fired. But I also think, and I mentioned this with Joe earlier, the idea that nobody wanted young women in the same room as Joss, we don't really know a lot about that, like the details of that, but just the implication of that is creepy and gross.
It doesn't inspire confidence, that's for sure.
No. And did Joe say he wanted to see Joss Whedon come back?
I think
I'm not
so,
trying to put words in your mouth.
No, he said.
I couldn't remember if he was like defending that or not, but Jake. So funny. All right, well, let's see what you guys picked. All right, so we're going over the Reloaded chat to see what you guys selected as our bonus topic next time, or we're going to do a whole stream about it. Well, you got the movie game adaptation best. Yep. Not worst.
Can these include animated movies?
It's Omega's thing, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was like best game to movie, but it gets movie to game adaptation, but there's so few of those, and they're old and ass.
So
But-
there are actually a handful of movie to game adaptations that are really good.
Yeah, but I was like,
And
game to movie, movie to game, whichever. Don't matter.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing, Short Car, is the Whedon cut was also an issue because Ray Fisher came out and said a bunch of stuff about production on that as well.
It should have been an issue for other things aside from just what Ray Fisher said.
No, I know, but he was probably the most vocal one about what was going on with production. And
Yeah, and then the part where it gets really unforgivable is that Zack Snyder's name was attached to that movie.
Yeah. And over in the Debunks chat, because we did hit the goal, thank you guys so much. You want me to do a video on... is it going to load? Do I have to reload the page? There we go. Top 5 unknown grifters. So you want me to go through and find some of the chuds that nobody knows about?
But why would you bring attention to them?
That's what they voted for. So I can clown them, I guess. Sometimes it's super easy.
That's like saying, hey, you see this snake that is probably bad for you that lives under this log? What if I lift up this log and find where the snake is? Or I could just leave the
Phil
log
says it wasn't
wall.
just Ray Fisher, Gal Gadot, and Jason Momoa. Yeah, I do know that there was, like, when that was going on, because we covered it pretty heavily over here, there was, like, small inklings of stuff on social media. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, all right, well, I think that's pretty much everything tonight. Let's go ahead and figure out when you guys want to do, like the regular guys, when you want to do a bonus stream on bonus topics. Would you like to do it on a Monday night? Like a bonus stream on a Monday night? Would that be good? Like an earlier Monday night?
Yeah, that'll work. I know you were talking about potentially doing that on a weekend. Did that fall through?
We still can, but if we want to do it this month, I have to do it on a Monday because my weekends are already like too busy.
Oh, okay.
So we can do like Monday the 30th. We'll do a nerdcast for just topics or just games. Is that cool?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can join that one. Yeah, Monday's like my Friday, so I'll work.
All right. I missed 2 super chats.
So that would be on a Monday and not a Tuesday like normal?
Well, we still do the Tuesday stream. Monday would just be for the topics or whatever. Let's see. What 2 super chats did I miss? I'll pull them all up. I think I've answered all of them. Here we go. Yeah, this one. I did talk about that one. Dune 3 trailer. We talked about that. Talked about that. Talked about this. 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 That. There. We talked about that one. We definitely talked about that one. The gooning one for sure. Yeah, we did talk about the gooning ones. This one, we talked about that one, and that one. That's all of them. I mean, I don't think I missed any.
I saw the Black Cat thing, and it just made me glad that Jennifer Hale, who did Black Cat back then, I'm just glad she's still doing work in the Marvel world now because she's Jean Grey in X-Men 97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Extra Hero says, in the Debunks chat, we get bored of the same critical drink of Jester Bell shit. Well, that's why I try to space out those videos. I'll do like 2 in 1 week, and then I'll take like 3 weeks off from those guys. There's only but so many of those videos I can make because people already know the MO for them. Which, by the way, if you're watching on the Debunks chat, I covered a grifter / whatever you want to call them that I've never covered before today. So if you haven't seen that video, it's over there where they're talking about, what was it? The Green Lanterns TV show. Somebody wanted Jarbo to give his opinion on the Lanterns thing. Do you have any?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Oh.
I don't care. It's the show looks like True Detective with Green Lanterns. Okay, cool, right? Like if you want to make it tinier, like smaller, and then build outward, You know, that's cool. I think what Damon Lindelof did with Watchmen was fantastic. You know, like he got a lot of people to talk about a lot of very, very, important issues, I would say, back when that came out, because there was a backlash over the opening of that show. But he's only one of 3 writers, and I don't think he's the showrunner on it.
Well, there's also, I looked it up, there's probably about 12 different people writing the series. So, like, writing the episodes.
Yeah, but it's like I was saying, but we don't know, what they're, I don't know. It is what it is, right? Whoever came up, but again, going back to like that James Gunn announcement from 3 years ago, he said that Lanterns was going to be, a true crime, like a buddy cop kind of like true crime show. So we knew about that. So that's not anything that's new or out of the way. Whatever Lindelof, the joke about everyone hates the color green, I thought that was kind of funny. It just kind of made sense because
it sucks that he had to explain the joke. Like that was like, what are we doing? Like,
it's because everyone is mad. Everyone is always mad, right? And it's just they have to be mad. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like literally everything. It's like Sinners didn't win Best Picture. Everyone loses their mind. It's like I got called very mean names because I did not care for the script of Sinners, and I pointed out.
Yeah, I've seen on social media the people kind of dogpiling on you about.
I'm fine with it,
opinion,
but
so.
it's like but what it is. I went out and I watched one battle after another, right after the Oscars, and I hadn't seen it, and I'm like, I loved it, but I'm like, the plot line to that movie is absolutely insane. Like, how did that get Best Picture? But it was a great film. It's just people are always wanting to get mad because I think they want their feelings to matter.
Yeah,
it's really.
I think that it reminds me a lot of like little kids that act out because they want attention, and they do that by being bad, and so they are like, I'm going to make noise, I'm going to be loud because that's the only way I can get attention, and so I feel like that's the case.
It's like I like to troll the Zack Snyder fan base, like the hardcore crazy cultists, because those dudes are wild. And then it's funny because then I'll switch over and I'll be like, no, I like Zack Snyder though. And they're like, no, you don't. I'm like, no, I always have. I just like to make you mad. There's a difference there. But I'll own what I'm doing. There's, that's fine with me. I don't give a shit about that. Yeah. But I feel like, look, we haven't seen the show. We saw one trailer. I've watched it a couple times. I'm like, I don't really care about Green Lanterns or as a whole,
or the show. Like you don't seem to have much of an opinion about the premise of the show either. The mystery.
We don't know what the premise is. There's something going on in a small West Texas town, and now 2 cosmic entities have to go and solve a mystery. I'm down for mysteries. It just kind of seems like it's a little bit minuscule for what the Lanterns can do. I did watch that animated film, The First Flight. I saw that one. That was amazing. I loved it.
I tend to find that DC animated films, for the most part, are usually really good. There's a couple that I don't like.
I have repeatedly said for years that DC just needs to drop live action and go animation across the board. They dominated animation back in the 90s. As much as I love Spider-Man and X-Men and Iron Man, all right, you cannot argue against the Batman animated series and Superman being just better quality, right? And consistent storytelling. You go into Batman Beyond, the Justice League show. There's a lot there that was really good, that they were able to do back then. They created a consistent universe, and they've been able to do it with the animated stuff for the longest time now, and yet it never gets brought up as being like, this is where we should be.
I actually would say that like the Flashpoint Paradox movie is one of the best movies that DC's ever done.
Yeah, well, their last animated universe was anything but consistent. The only thing consistent about the Tomorrowverse was the recurrent sound quality issues.
Yeah, well, I like all that stuff because I saw the what was it? I didn't see Flashpoint Paradox. I've heard good things about that one.
Oh my god, it's incredible.
The one that got me was The Dark Knight Returns. I watched both of those one night, and I immediately went out and bought it on Blu-ray. You know what I mean? Like, I freaked that thing's so good. It's not necessarily connected to that, but it's like the stories told in animation can do things that the live action can't do based on budget.
Yeah.
And they've always been able to convey, Marvel's never really leaned in to the animated features on home video. You had a couple of Wolverines, or the Hulk versus Wolverine, the Hulk versus Thor, I think is what it was, right? And then you had like some Iron Man stuff, and there was the Ultimate Avengers 1 and 2, but it was so minimal on anything involving feature length. And then when Marvel bought Disney, like the first feature length animated film that came out was this God, it was an anime. It's like Punisher and Black Widow. And
I remember that. Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I remember those.
And it's like nothing. It never compares to DC, but yet it's like, no, we need to do live action all the time. And it's like, you really shouldn't, because you're never going to compete with Marvel in the live action front. It's just not going to happen. It's so fractured over all these years that more people are tuning out than tuning in. Trying to have a consistent universe between the television side and the theatrical is an idea, but again, Marvel's already faltering with that, and they have a lot more that they can play with than DC does. But then now also we've got the Paramount merger, and Paramount's going to be in so much debt that they're not going to be able to like pump out like anything other than tentpoles.
I think you've actually agreed with me a little bit. Like the idea of putting out 30 feature-length films a year is probably not going to work with the amount of debt they have over top of their heads. So.
I mean, unless they decide unless they decide to lean in to horror on the Paramount side, because Scream has done well, right? The Smile movies have done well. You've got all of that. And if they lean into that, they might have a chance of really kind of, like it would take a while to get there, but they can't do yearly Top Guns. They can't do, yearly Mission Impossible.
Absolutely.
Like Tom Cruise can't be their guy forever. And Transformers is a dead franchise theatrically. It just is. It's just like, Transformers 1, which I hear is really good as an animation project. It was riding on the backs of Rise of the Beasts and Bumblebee, which were neither good films. And so it's just like they haven't had a hit on that one in a while.
I love when Jake shakes his head.
If you got like
before we do that, we got a couple super chats, and then we'll do any last minute stuff. But Lone Wolf said, "Did you read my last one? Did I miss it?" With the $2 super chat. Yeah, if you're talking about the one where you said the title card thing. I think I pulled it up, but then we didn't actually read it. If you're talking about this one specifically, or I did read it, but we didn't mention it here. Eric should do the title card meme intro in a review, please, and more Jarbo, please. I love the commentary you're providing good vibes.
Thank you.
From you, hearts. Well, I've actually been on Jarbo's stream at least once, I think, before, so definitely check that out.
Yeah, I am an asshole, but I'm not that much of a prick.
Yeah.
That's.
Did we do this one? I think an animated reboot of Buffy as well as Angel based on the comic book follow-ups Code of War. Yeah, we did talk about that one. Thank you, Staggervore. We do have another one here from Lone Wolf. $5 super chat. I was hoping Marty Supreme would take Best Picture. Jarbo, do you think One Battle deserved the win? If not, what would you pick? I heard some say Hamnet, which, by the way, if you want to watch it, it's on Peacock. Hamnet's on Peacock app right now. So,
I mean, honestly, for me, I only just saw One Battle After Another after it won. And the only other one that was nominated I'd seen was Sinners. And I have a lot of issues with Sinners' third act that I think kept it from the win. I generally don't tend to watch a lot of the Best Picture nominations because they don't feed my interests. And I'm not going to, if it doesn't feed my interests, I'm not going to seek it out.
I've said before that I'm not a big follower of award bait. I typically just try to watch what I want to watch, so I don't do that. But.
It's like I hear Hamnet's good. Okay, I'll get around to it at some point in time, but I'd rather watch Predator Badlands. Right. I'd rather, and I got to be in the right mood for it. It's just because I don't. Yeah, you're right. These are movies that are made with a particular audience in mind, and it's I don't. There's a lot of stuff to watch, and I don't feel like watching something I'm not interested in, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so we are towards the end. Jake, did you want to say anything? You shook your head about Bumblebee. Did you want to say something about that before we wrap it up?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, the reason Transformers 1 didn't do good at the box office is because there was next to no marketing for it.
They sent that movie to die.
Yeah, the small word of mouth that did come out of that movie wasn't enough to save it. Bumblebee's arguably the only live-action Transformers film worth watching.
I disagree, but I disagree from a story-based perspective. The story was written for children, not even it was for 5-year-olds. That movie was written for 5-year-olds.
Why do you think the Transformers IP was made to begin with?
To sell toys to children. I know I'm a child of the 80s, but my point is that you are looking at trying to put a franchise, and this goes back to the whole thing with I disagree with Arik about this in regards to Star Wars. You do not try to bring in new audiences by appealing to them on older franchises. It's not going to work. What you have to do is appeal to the older generation who grew up with that has that nostalgia. Get them excited, and they're your ambassadors. That's
that
how it
generation
works.
is never going to be happy when you look at the large majority because they're just going to compare it to what they knew.
That's perfectly fine, because they're also going to get a lot of what they also get their influences from their family, from from like their moms, their dads, their uncles, their grandmas, their grandparents. We show how, okay, like, you guys have kids?
Nope.
I have grandkids.
Okay, grandkids, right? Okay, you know what? I showed my daughters 3 Ninjas recently because I thought, you know what? It's a fun movie. It's on YouTube. We'll give it a watch. They watched it 2 more times the next day. That's when we do movie and popcorn night. My 6-year-old is always like, let's do 3 Ninjas. They love it. They love Ninja Turtles from 1990 because I showed it to them. Because I'm like, oh, no, this is what I had. This is what I loved when I was a kid. And you show it to them and you bring the excitement. That's what I'm talking about. The excitement is far more of an aphrodisiac than the negativity. And
I actually don't disagree with you completely, but I don't think that's enough. I think there has to be some appeal to a more recent audience also. Like, not everything has to be made for that specific reason, is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Like, if they want to make, like, Strange New Worlds to me is more akin to like old Trek, right? That to me feels like it's more like the older style.
And
Trek.
that's the one that's getting the most love.
Which is fine. I don't have an issue with that. But I think Starfleet Academy, it's okay to have something that isn't that as well.
Sure.
That's how I look at it.
And this, I've tuned out with Discovery, so I'm not even I don't even watch any of this. And it's not
I'm not a fan
the first season of Discovery is so rough. It's so
well.
rough.
I made it halfway through. And it was. I'll tell you this. I didn't hate it. What got me was like the constant negativity surrounding it online. I'm like, I don't even want to engage. I don't want to even watch it. It's not worth it for me. I'll find something else to enjoy my time with. So I agree with your points though, right? You can have new and old, but you also, it's like, stop taking these legacy characters and turning them into grumpy old hermits, right? But I understand the why of that, like Luke Skywalker and Indiana Jones.
I'm not going to defend any of this stuff with Star Wars.
I get it, because they need to find a way to make the main character to go from hero to underdog, because all these stories are always underdog based. You have to have something to root for. And if your character ends the trilogy at their peak power with their happiness or whatever, you have to find a way to make them compelling enough to continue on with the story. And that's just storytelling 101. And so so they go, let's just make him old and a hermit and out of the way and all this shit. And it just fucks with everything, because it's
I don't think that's what they were doing with Starfleet Academy though. Starfleet
I don't know. I don't know.
I
don't know. I just my what I know about Starfleet Academy is there's a Klingon in a dress. And that apparently that pisses off a lot of people.
It does. So here's the thing. I want to clear the air on this, because I get a lot of shit over this when I make videos about Starfleet Academy. Starfleet Academy is not a 10 out of 10 show for me. It's not. It's like a 5 or 6 or maybe even a 7 on a good day. But that's about as far as I would go with Starfleet Academy. It's just an okay series. It has good episodes. It has bad episodes. Some of the stuff is fine in it. And I do understand some of the criticism. But I think there's an unnatural, like unhealthy obsession with going so hard against it. Like, I think that's weird. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. You can move on. But there's an entire ecosystem that exists strictly to hate things like Starfleet Academy, right? So, like, I'm not saying that Starfleet Academy is a great Star Trek show. I'm saying that it's okay, and there's a lot of people that love it. If Joe were here, he would tell you that he watches it with his kids, and they love that show as well. And he's watching it through their eyes, because they're watching it for the first time, and that's fine too. So I'm not defending Starfleet Academy. I think Starfleet Academy is a absolutely fine show. It's just okay. I think the issue in today's world is that okay is no longer acceptable. It either has to be perfect or it has to be shit. And I reject that.
Yeah.
I reject that entire premise. That's not the way I view media.
Where do you think the whole term underrated came from? Because something was in between shit and perfect.
Right. No, I agree.
People like to over abuse the hell out of that term, but it wouldn't exist if everything was on one end of the spectrum or the other.
Well, I honestly do live by the idea that there is no such thing as a bad movie. And I say that through the lens of, if people go into making a movie with the best of intentions, it doesn't always turn out the best. Make no mistake about that. But if you go in with the best of intentions, you want to tell a good story, you want to do this, you want to do that, then I don't think we can look at it through the lens of anything other than trying to be entertained by what they're showing us. You know, I used to manage a drive-in movie theater. I was there for a very long time. And I've seen like 2,500 to 3,000 movies throughout my life. So I've watched a lot of good, I've watched a lot of bad, and I've watched a lot of in between. But I've always gone into everything with like the please don't suck mentality.
That's me too. That's the same way I view everything.
Like Ghostbusters 2016, for example, because that's coming up on 10 years. Man, I covered the shit out of that movie, right? You know that, Art. Like
that's how I found your content, was through that.
And I still went into that movie with my fingers crossed, going, please don't suck. Like, let me be wrong. I don't want to not like a Ghostbusters movie. You know, and it was not good. But that's, again, I went in with the best of intentions, trying to like it, you know. And I think if we would look at things, and this is what I say, because I have to go, I have my stream, but I would say that my best advice to give anybody is don't read reviews. Honestly, don't read reviews like before you see something. Only read them after you see it to see if it matches your thoughts. Other than that, go in as blind as possible.
Before you go, Matt, make sure you shout out your channel so people know.
Oh yeah, $3 Theater. It's 3BUCK Theater. I'm going to be going live here in a minute. But yeah, man, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
I'm glad you stopped in. Chat, make sure you let me know if you want to see Matt on more often. I will send him the link, and I know you're polarizing, and everybody loves to like come in and talk about that. But
that's fine.
I appreciate you jumping on and being a good sport. So thank you for being here.
Oh yeah,
go check out $3 Theater.
Yeah, the way I look at it is like this: I can't laugh at anybody else if I can't laugh at myself first. That's the way you do it. But all right,
well, have a good night, Matt. Yeah,
thank you.
Check out his theater. Take care, Matt. Lone Wolf with the $5 super chat. Eric, can we get your own version of Screen Junkie movie fight? Should we create our own version of movie fights? That would be hilarious.
What's movie fights?
You've never watched movie fights before? Look, Jake, it's like where you roll your eyes about movie fights.
Yeah.
Basically, movie fights died off when, unfortunately, somebody associated with it died. And it was no chance of it ever coming back. And so a lot of the people who were associated with movie fights kind of split off and did their own thing. I think it might be fun. It would be something worth considering. But people, like, especially if we have people like Joe here, because that would be hilarious listening to that go on. So, yeah, I know it came back, but it's not really the same to me as it was back in the day. So, Extra Hero says, whenever someone says they didn't see something based on reviews, I lose respect for them. I agree with this. I agree. I don't think you should not see something that you want to see because someone said they didn't like it. I think that's weird.
Well, I mean, that contradicts what was said earlier about, giving people like reviews and encouragement for something and then using that as word of mouth to go see it.
Who said that?
Dude who just left.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I think oh, look, I like Matt. He's a great Jake foil. That's hilarious.
Why do I need foils?
You have one every time you're in here, Jake. Jake has so many of them. But it's only because the one thing I love about having Jake on camera is I can always tell immediately how he feels about something that is said, which I absolutely respect the fuck out of. So that's really funny.
Well, I mean, you've had people on that wasn't the case with. So
let's see here. The World versus Jake. That's a good one there. That would be a good one.
Yeah, who needs Scott Pilgrim? Come on, give me that sequel.
Raphael here says, I can't respect those who change their opinions of a movie because someone else told them it's bad, actually. That is one of, if I could actually bring one thing into the world, like if I could wish one thing in the world of entertainment, it would be make your own fucking opinion about a movie or a TV show that does not rely on somebody else telling you about it. That's my only, yeah, go ahead.
God, this was funny. So I used to work at a comic book store, like, what year are we in?
Why did you quit? That's a great job.
Nepotism. That's why I quit.
Oh.
But no, I used to work at a comic book store back in like 2017, 2018. And right around the time, I think it was Deadpool 2, right around the time that movie came out.
Oh,
okay. I had a blast with that movie. I have my issues with it, but I still think it was a really fun movie. And I was, working the desk in there, and I heard these two guys talking to my left. One of them was talking about how much they really liked it, were digging it. As soon as one of their friends came in the door, who apparently didn't like the movie, and the friend immediately, like the guy who was just praising it, immediately turned around and started dogging on it. And I flat out called him out. I said, You were just praising the movie 5 minutes ago before Joe Jackass over here walked in, and now all of a sudden you're just shitting on it? What's this? Like, I just called the dude out. They were just speechless because I called them out on it. I didn't think they expected me to. But no, when you do that shit, especially right in front of me, I'm not just going to let you get away with it.
I want to point something out because people were asking for it, so I'm just going to show it here for a second before we go. But a lot of folks were asking if there was any sort of like plans to do merch for the show. And so I have launched, if anybody is interested in this, let me share the screen. I took the actual
lingerie line. Kidding.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. No, so I've launched the Nerdcast shirt. So if you guys want to get a shirt with the logo on it, HD quality logo, it's available here. You can see it's the actual Nerdcast, Nocturnal Nerdcast Pop Culture in the Dark logo, the original OG one, which is the one we have in the corner now. I went back to the OG one. So if you want to go check that out, you can visit my shop and grab one of those in different colors. We have them in black. We have them in a gray. We have them in red. And if you want to get really spicy, we have them in pink. So
do real men wear pink, Eric?
Well, apparently Paigey claims I wear pink, but I swear I've never worn pink. Never.
Not in public, right?
Exactly. Just kidding. It's kind of a meme thing. Anyway, before we go, it is time to do channel shout-outs. Joe left. Crazy Joe Adventures. Matt Jarbo was here, which is $3 Theater. Let's go clockwise. Jake, tell them where they can find you.
Right here, Joypad Jake on YouTube. I do my own show, Lost Levels, on Sundays, and Short Car saying no green shirts. It's not St. Patrick's Day for me anymore, so yeah, there's that. Yeah, I've got a handful of Spider-Man related videos coming out, one of which is the trailer that we're getting tomorrow, and a handful of videos related to the previous 2 cinematic Spider-Man that we've gotten before Tom Holland, so be on the lookout for those. Like I said, a lot of Batman related videos coming out too, and 1 hour-long video just about superhero video games in general, where I talked about what some of my favorites are with a good buddy of mine, where I gave my list and he gave his list. So if you want to know what made our list, you'll have to tune into that.
Okay, there we go. Omega, what's up with you?
I've just been making more 3D renders and stuff at deviantart.com. Or is it over here? Because I know my camera's reversed. I'm also on Blue Sky. I'll post there occasionally when I remember I have an account there. Same with Threads. I don't really post anything. I'm actually more. I lurk on Twitter more, but I don't post anything on there because I don't want them freaking scamming my, scraping my art for that AI bullshit unless you want to pay me. But yeah.
Yeah, well, check out Omega. Wait, what's it? DeviantArt.com/Omega Welltalls.
Okay. I completely fucked up the name of his channel once, and I said I called it Omega Wet Wall by accident.
Oh no!
It's Beltal. It's Beltal is German for space.
Yeah, I knew it was a German name. I felt so bad about fucking it up that one time.
Stranger said, I like a Nerdcast hoodie if you ever get around to that. I might add it in, but I was told that hoodies are out of season now. I mean, should I sell hoodies in the summer? Should I? Someone told me they were out of season when I mentioned it. Okay, well, I might add it to the shop. I'm getting ready to add the new updated board hats this week as well. Lone Wolf with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Lone Wolf. Look, critics I watch don't dictate whether I'm going to see it, but seeing every review saying it's bad usually gives me a sign to wait till streaming. At minimum, some are so bad, though, I'm like, I'll pass. So you just wait till streaming. That's not skipping the movie entirely. Like, I'm talking about people that are like, I'm not going to go to the theaters to see it, and I'm never going to watch it because I've heard it's bad. That's what I'm talking about. I would love for everybody to go to movies and make their own opinions about it, but if you're watching it on streaming, you're still watching it and forming your own opinion about it.
Yeah, I just wish we would stop having people that always let their shit be influenced by a fucking Grace Randolph or a Jeremy Johns or a John Campea or whoever the fuck ever, and just make your own mind.
Yeah. I still encourage people, like, if you want to see something and I say it's shit, don't listen to me. Go still see it if you want to see it.
Yeah,
like,
still kind of. Yeah, it's like I always bring up Starfleet Academy. I went in ready to hate it, and I ended up thinking it was all right.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. I will be live tomorrow on AirrickDebunks channel. If you're watching this on that channel, you already know this. If you're on the Reloaded channel and you're not subscribed to AirrickDebunks, head over, subscribe for the spicier content over there. I will be live at 3:30 Eastern for about an hour and a half doing the Cope cast, where I'll be reacting to bad videos. So there's that.
Are you going to be watching your own? I'm kidding.
Yeah, all of them on a playlist. Every single one of them, all the Nerdcasts, essentially. Any of the Nerdcasts where it's just me, all bad videos.
Well, nope, I'm not saying it.
And then on Thursday, we'll be back with another episode of the Nerdcast, which hopefully we will have an actual full Spider-Man trailer to watch, which I'm hoping for. Anyway, we're out of here, everybody. Have a good night, and we will see everyone later. Hey there, if you're seeing this, that means we have reached the end of the stream. Thanks so much for your continued support with comments, likes, subscriptions, super stickers, and super chats. I just want to give a special shout out to all of the channel members who have contributed to the success of this channel with paid tiers. On the screen, you will see your name displayed as a signal of appreciation from myself and the channel. If you would like to see your name on this list, consider selecting a tier with the join or plus button depending on your platform. Thanks again, everyone. Let's hang out soon in the next stream, and I'll see you then.